Here in Hong Kong at the eSports Festival 2017 by the Cyber Games Arena. I'm your host, Woody, and I'm very excited to bring to you today 8 of the best players in the region competing for a 45,000 Hong Kong dollar prize pool and the opportunity to join the Nova Esports Pro team. We're going to be getting things underway in just a few minutes here, but I wanted to go live to get some people streaming into the channel, talk with chat a little bit, and see how things are going over on the other side of the world. It's pretty early here. It's just about hitting noon o'clock for me, so it's a little bit earlier than I usually go live. But it's actually quite late if you're on the normal stream time for me. I think it's about midnight right now, Eastern Standard Time. So maybe we've still got a few night owls hanging around there, or maybe over in Europe. But I think it should be still not too late for the West Coast. Hopefully we got some guys hanging in California. Let me go ahead and check chat. We got Bamo Jammo first in the chat, of course. Got that notification squad coming in strong. No idea. 1432 says, Woody just came back from Honduras. Happy to have you with us, man. Thanks for tuning into the tournament today. We've got an amazing stage set up behind us, as you can tell here. And I think we're going to get the camera over onto the main stage not too long from now. There's 8 players who are going to be competing in our event today. And they're each bringing a lot to bear. So let me actually see. Do we have the game started right now? Is it ready to go? Cool. So let's go tune in with Kirito and Misty Orb. The first game starting up here right now. I believe we have best of 3 format for each of the matches, and there's one band card here. You can see my friends who are co-casting in the Cantonese local language. Oops, and the overlay's getting moved around a little bit. But that was the first game right there. You can see the result is a win for Kirito, a 1-0 victory over Misty Orb. Both playing relatively heavy beatdown decks, but this is not over. It's going to be best of 3 by my understanding, and we will have one of those players moving on to the semifinals as a result of the win here. We had 8 players in total qualify, and I'm sure we'll be able to get the bracket up at some point to show you all of them. But the way that they qualify was actually quite difficult. They were making it through a very rigorous stage of competition with about 1,000 players competing in the online tournament. We had several hundred who were here in the studio / convention center a couple of days ago. So we filled up really quickly. It actually exceeded capacity. We had a little side stage where we were trying to do the qualifier stage, and wound up actually having to move on to the big stage behind us just to do the qualifier. So 400 or 500 people showing up, and if you didn't catch that broadcast, hope that you'll check the past broadcasts to see the last one, how that just went. But as you can see here, both players running P.E.K.K.A. in their decks. Very popular card since it got buffed a few months ago. It's actually been steadily rising in popularity thanks to how well it plays in the current metagame, particularly against big, beefy cards like the Mega Knight, which everyone's been trying to figure out how to best use it. A lot of people are saying it's OP. A lot of people are saying that they don't even really want to use it very much at all. But only time will tell, and I think that the results from this tournament will be very informative and maybe even prescient in determining what the future metagame is going to be shaping up to look like. So we've got that first game already underway. Kirito with the win there. Looking happy, looking confident. Misty Orb sitting back, thinking about how he wants to prosecute this next game. Wonder if they're going to be running the same decks here. So we do see a ban of Golem on Kirito and Fireball banned on Misty Orb's side. So it looks like they will not have access to those cards during the course of this best of 3 series. Just a little bit of a strategic choice there to try to prevent their opponents from running the sort of cards that might be able to hard counter what they're running there. So Misty Orb with that Fireball ban and Kirito with the Golem ban. Interesting ban choice to go with Golem. Misty Orb was still running P.E.K.K.A. there, and P.E.K.K.A. is actually a really good counter to Golem, so you might expect to have actually seen Golem getting banned and having someone run cards that don't really counter Golem very well. But interesting choice there, and it looks like we're hopping into the second game now. Just about to get the fireworks running. We got a lot of people cheering in the audience, and the confetti streaming out from everyone who's showed up to watch the game here today. How's this going to go down? Misty Orb with the Bandit on the right side. Kirito counters with an E-Wiz. Bandit actually going to work quite well against the E-Wiz unless there's a tank blocking for her there. No tank for her, and that looks like that's going to be a win on that right side. Bandit with hardly any hit points left, even though he was on that defensive upper side there for the red team. No damage on either tower yet. P.E.K.K.A. not getting a whole lot of value, just kind of walking around over there. Pretty fortunate play there by Misty Orb being able to catch the battle ram and get that big stop. But it's a counter push and a split attack down both lanes. Iwa is going to get stabbed down by goblins, but a little bit of chip damage off the left side for that minor. Misty Orb playing relatively aggressively here. getting troops onto both sides of the arena. Good catch there with the Goblins. Looks like that Bandit is not going to get too far after all. But right side Pekka marching down that lane. Might be able to take it out just with the tower, but I think Missy Europe's going to elect to go with bats instead, just to be safe. Pekka catches the battle ram, and that's going to be a great result for Misty Orb now, trying to push that left lane. Already got a few hundred damage off that side, but it's going to try to get even more. Might need to wait until double elixir time to put together a big push, but with 5 elixir right now, it's a viable option to commit to this attack out the left side to see what could be coming at this Pekka. Oh, defensive Pekka catches Big Mama Pekka. And it's going to be a duel on the left side of the arena. Zap goes down to the Goblins, and the Bandit gets a dash out of the tower. The Ewiz drilling hard on that left side. 400, 200, 0. It goes down. Misty Orb down 0-1. And this set now is 1-0 in this game. Trying to tie things up against Kirito. Quick attack out the left side. Kirito is choosing to go for his weaker lane. Pretty risky strategy, but if this is going to be a 2-1 game, you're going to have to get that left side tower knocked down eventually. Goblins do get the catch, though, and it's looking like neither player really building up for a big attack yet. Just a little bit of dash of bats here. Ewiz coming out the opposite side there. All right, so Kirito's very likely going to just soak this Ewiz out the left side and try to commit to the right side attack. Pekka coming in to support this Ewiz. But the Bandit can get a lot of single target ground damage in there, especially if you can't catch it just quick enough. Oh, the Bandit dashes in a little bit too soon for my taste. Big attack out the right side, does get poisoned down though. Misty Orb just needs to hang on, and the win is going to be his. He has been undamaged so far this entire game, not taking hardly anything at all. Nice hit out the left side though. Battle Ram disconnect, and the prediction arrows from Kirito do connect with those bats. Can't quite get 1,000 damage off the tower though, even with some Goblins streaming on in here. Defensive Bandits getting the job done. Just enough time to buy an opportunity to get the Ewiz to play defense, and that's going to be a win here for Misty Orb, tying the series up 1-1 against Kirito. We're going to move on to a best of 3 match after this. Shout out Tree, thanks for stopping by, dude. Happy to have you in the chat. I see you hanging out there, dude. Casting God, I know, right? Wolverine, we got a late night stream today. It's just after midnight East Coast, but it's just after noon in Hong Kong where we're streaming today. We had a huge typhoon sweeping through the land. It actually managed to just barely miss us, going just slightly to the south of us, but it did stop the convention center from getting packed the same way that it was a couple of days ago. We're relatively early here, so I'm trying to wake up with the monster and all that, recovering from jet lag. But we've got some amazing games, and I think that in and of itself is going to be enough to bring the energy that we need here for this event. So a 1-1 draw right now between Kirito and Misty Orb. I'm kind of wondering what they're going to wind up playing this next game, because we saw 2 Pekkas in the first game, 2 Pekkas in the second game. Are we going to see 2 Pekkas again in the third game? There ought to be something that we can use to counter these, but you see these guys, even when they're running these big heavy Pekka decks, playing the counters that they know work well against Pekka, right? So if a minion horde can take out the Pekka real quick, you include arrows in your deck. We saw arrows coming out of the top player there trying to take out the bats. Very interesting that they're also both playing bats. That's kind of the poor man's minion horde, if you will. It's a lot easier way to get the damage that you need up top without having to have that 5 elixir investment. So actually both players running something that can take out bats, either arrows on the left side for Kirito there, Misty Orb running Zap, an even cheaper way to get rid of them. Doesn't quite work against the minion horde to take it fully out, but against the bats it's a cheap 2-for-2 trade to keep the Pekka nice and healthy. And Minor Poison has just been very amazing, both in the challenge, where we saw a lot of players getting to 12 wins to earn the Mega Knight by playing a Minor Poison deck. That's what I actually wound up running when I got my 12 wins. And also kind of switching it out just 1-for-1, Pekka for Mega Knight, and playing it on ladder, playing it in tournaments. And obviously for Misty Orb, it worked very well for him there. We've got the Golem ban up top for Kirito, and the Fireball ban for Misty Orb. It looks like that is going to remain in effect for this next game, but we're going to have a great tiebreaker between these 2 players as we see who gets to move on in the Nova eSports Clash Royale tournament here in Hong Kong at the eSports Festival 2017. A 45,000 Hong Kong dollar prize pool and 30,000 on the line for the first place player, an opportunity to join the Nova eSports Pro team. So these guys have got a lot to fight for, and they're both duking it out right now for that next spot in the semifinals. Here we go. Match is now underway. Misty Orb and Kirito both hanging around at 10 elixir, not willing to commit just yet. All right, Misty's going to split some bats up here. Not a big attack. If he sits in a minor at the right side, that might be able to help those bats out a little bit. But no, he's going to play defense. Oh, okay, nice minor bats attack out the right side. Zap does catch the bats, and it looks like he might just soak this minor, choosing to go on that left side attack instead. Looks like that knight was played a little bit too soon, and that Ewiz sitting there at the bridge, not in range of the tower, We'll just about be able to take out that Knight. No counter push for either player right now. Kirito getting that poison in there to take out that Tombstone. Over on the right side, looks like he's got about 700 damage in total. Interesting choice here. We've got a Witch coming out from Misty Orb. Great distraction potential. Summoning the skeletons over there on the right side. Ability to take out those aerial swarm units like Bats and Minion Horde quite well. But unless we see a big target for her to distract and a lot to soak for on the right side, we're not going to get a whole lot. We do have a Graveyard getting spawned in here. Tower is refocused onto the skeletons, but it took just long enough to allow them to stack up a lot of damage on the tower. We actually have that thing down to triple digits now. Misty Orb with a huge hit, not even in double elixir time yet, has now pulled ahead against Kirito, saving up that elixir just long enough to be able to get the damage in on that right side tower. Very well played. Graveyard out there. Not really very many counters in his opponent's deck to be able to knock those guys out. The Goblins are a pretty good way of dealing with that. Bats are also a nice way to get some of the damage in there, but a little bit low on elixir. And unable to get that cheap push in on defense. Kirito suffering really hard at that right side. Could foreseeably just see one more Graveyard taking that thing out. Down to 738. We are now just about to get into overtime here, going into double elixir time, rather. Peck out the right side for Kirito. Not very effective against Graveyard decks, so I think this is a really good strategic choice on Misty Orb's part. Seeing that Pekka was getting played by both players in every single match leading up to this, we could just foreseeably actually see Graveyard or Poison Cycle spells taking out that right side. Down to 500 now. A couple more poisons and a zap will be able to finish that thing off. Distraction guards, Knight, Witch on the right side bridge, keeping this Pekka at bay, and it looks like it'll do just fine. A little bit of health left on her, but it looks like she's going to be going down pretty quickly. Poison's great play here by Kirito, trying to get rid of this Witch and prevent the counterattack from coming in. And that's actually a lot of damage out the right side. Not quite enough to finish it off, though. And I think that Misty Orb's going to have the right to make this next attack going in here on this right side with a Graveyard and Poison. Coming very close, but actually not going to be enough to take it down. The Goblins stabbing away at the Graveyard are just enough to keep it off. The Miner at the backside is whacking away at that tower. Poison's going to finish this thing off. Can Misty Orb get the right side down in time to put this thing in overtime? No, the Bats are a little bit too slow. That is going to be a win for Misty Orb. For Kirito, the 1-0. Misty Orb just a little bit too short to be able to catch that right side down, and that is going to be a 2-1 finish. Moving on to the semifinals now. Kirito, very well done. Grabbed that first game and came back to grab the best of 3 series with that Graveyard deck. Very great tech choice there, especially given what we knew about the ban cards. There wasn't going to be a whole lot of too big like Golem or Lava Hound play to have to worry about. So just a medium-sized mid-range push deck with a great win condition Graveyard. Even though it's been nerfed recently down to a 9-second duration from the 10 seconds that it was previously, still very effective and a great win there. Kirito will be moving on to the semifinals now with an opportunity to build up that prize pool. And we'll be very happy. I see them walking off stage now, getting ready for the next match. We've got 6 more players to see here at the Nova eSports Grand Finals for the Clash Royale tournament. $45,000 Hong Kong dollar prize pool. Getting word from chat here that the mic is only coming in on the left side. That shouldn't be on purpose, but I'm not streaming on my conventional setup, so let me see if I can ask production here real quick. The microphone is only coming in on the left side. Can you get it on the right side also? Make sure it's coming through both channels. Cool. So thanks very much for that heads up in chat over there. So Taxi are now auto-hosting. Thank you very much, man. I guess it's probably pretty late there for you. But hope you had a great time at that Clash Nights Festival out in Toronto. Other side of the world entirely. So I imagine you're going to be wanting to rest up. But shout out to my man, Surtag CR. And the other 2 fine folks who were hosting out there, Caro and Nightlight. Good friends of mine. Sounded like a ballin' time. I'm a little bit jealous that they were able to do that. But I think that I've got plenty to be happy about here in Hong Kong. With the next round going to be starting up soon for the Nova eSports Clash Royale tournament. I wonder if we're going to be running more Pekka decks, or if it's going to be a little bit of a mix-up here. I'm hoping to see a little bit more variety. The deck choice there by the bottom player you saw running Graveyard just barely missed off, and I think it was a good call, even though he got hammered in double elixir time. It was a very close match, and looking forward to seeing many more of those as this tournament goes on. The very good Hong Kong players says post-pack HK. Yes, definitely agree with you there, man. We're going to find out who the best one is. And is everything okay? Oh, okay. We're going to take a quick break. Howdy again. They were just about getting ready for the second best of 3 set here. Is the audio coming through? All right, guys, let us know if that got fixed it up at all. Otherwise, I guess we're just going to have to go as is. But check out my man, Lol No Problem, hanging out in chat. Drop the Lol No Problem emote. Lol Pound. I think we got his link there in the chat, right? Yeah. The memes truly are dank, guys. They're some of the dankest in the whole world. Looking down at the floor, it looks like these guys are in gamer mode. They're very seriously studying their opponents, getting ready. Actually, hold on. Can you see him down there? Nope. You can just see the guy that's standing up. All right. Well, at any rate, Clash Royale Tournament 2017 for Nova Esports here at the Hong Kong Esports Festival 2017 is just about to get back underway. The second set of best of 3 between 2 top players starting in just a moment. Josh Preston says the audio is perfect. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that, dude. So who are our 8 players today? I want to get the entire list of 8 shared with you guys. We have got the 2 players that you've already seen, Kirito and Misty Orb, have duked it out. The next pairings that we're going to see are KT and Victory, 24 and Quen, and Military Tac, and another player's name I can't quite pronounce, so we'll get production to get me a translation for that one. But they're going to be duking it out for a chance to win the Golden Cup here, this great legendary trophy sitting in the center of the arena. The best decks in Clash Royale are just moments away as we get the next game launched up. Very excited to be out here in Hong Kong. It's been pretty decent weather for most of the time. There's actually a typhoon right before I showed up, and then there's a typhoon like right now just about before I'm going to leave. So I managed to avoid too much trouble by staying out of the rain. It's been pretty warm, but I'm kind of used to that as a native Texan myself, so not too much to have to worry about. I did bring an umbrella. I think that was a pretty good call. Thanks very much to the Wood Girlfriend for hanging out and helping out with the packing. But it's been beautiful sights so far. Some great food. I think I talked a little bit about that on the stream a couple days ago. Looking forward to maybe getting some dim sum after this. Have heard great things about that. It's sort of like I guess like Hong Kongese tapas, if that makes sense. Lots of little dishes and little steamed heated pots. Trying to figure out what souvenirs I should bring home. If there's any Hong Kong viewers in the audience, I hope that you'll let me know what I should check out. I've heard that the porcelain is really beautiful. It might not travel too well. I'd have to be pretty careful with that. But tea, I think, should go back home pretty easily. Might be able to get some snacks. There's actually a lot of variety here. It's like everything from like Japan and Korea and China is available here. I think I've also seen like some German and like other European candies and treats. They're really into green tea snacks. There's like green tea Kit Kat flavored snacks here, and I think maybe my favorite so far are these little tiny beads. They're sort of like jelly beans, except they're really crunchy on the outside. And of course, I don't know the name for that product, but it's one of my favorites. And then at the food stalls, I still haven't gotten the egg waffles yet, but I did get some pineapple bun and. What else did I get? Pineapple bun and like a little sausage bun for snacks a day or so before we got going. Lollipop says dim sum. David says, have you been to a McDonald's over there? No, I haven't. I actually got mostly local delicacies. Every opportunity that I got to go get some food is what I was going for. But excited to be here in Hong Kong. I did say Hong Kong. I said Hong Kong. All right, next game is underway now between KT and Victory. KT running that Goblin gang. Victory's got the ice going. Just a little bit of chip damage out the left side. Looks like one spear. Goblin got his attack off. Looks like we got a little bit of a log bait deck coming out from KT here. Ooh, it's a hog log bait deck. Princess at the right side is going to get poisoned down, but that's a great attack coming on the left side. One swing from the Hog Rider before he gets poisoned in to the King Tower. Nice getting that thing activated way early in this game. In the first 40 seconds even, and an opportunity to strike out the left side. Great placement of that miner. It is just outside of King Tower range. Zap gets the reset of its targeting there, though. Nicely played, Ewiz. Murdered by a Goblin gang. Moving back in on the left side. KT will commit to this attack every chance he gets. Just a little bit of stab here and there. Miner coming on in to get a couple hundred damage. Goblin gang drilling in for a little bit. Hog Rider, even if it just gets one swing, he'd probably be pretty happy about that. So it's all up to him to be very elixir efficient, taking out these executioners, as you just saw there, with one little ice spirit and a couple shots from the princess. That is going to be his modus operandi. Little bitty pushes stopped by big pushes from Victory, and then KT just keeps on drilling in. Never want to see the build up happening on this left side. So here is Victory's opportunity to counter-strike in there. Ice Golem soaking some shots for that tower. Poison takes out the bats, and that was a great strike by Victory. Moving back in on the left side, bringing it down to 1356. Not quite half hit points, but he is ahead overall. And thanks to the fact that his King Tower is activated, it's a pretty comfortable lead as we get into double elixir time here. Miner, Ice Spirit, and a Hog Rider going on the left side. Miner will be able to soak a shot from that P.E.K.K.A, but the Hog Rider is already getting a great connection in there. Brings it down to 501 hit points. And even though the Princess is chicken away at the right side, it's looking like Victory is going to have a pretty easy time taking this left side out with a Big Mama P.E.K.K.A building up for a graveyard push. Defensive Princess out the right lane, not quite in range to be able to take out those skeletons. Great job with that poison, finishing off the goblins, and it looks like that left side is down for the count. 500 hit points on the left side, though, for KT left to deal. Nice mini P.E.K.K.A. Interesting choice there to run that card. Haven't seen a whole lot of him recently. Miner does get caught by the E-Wiz, though. That's just one of the downsides of having to play Miner in that corner pocket with that King Tower activated. Mini P.E.K.K.A chops him up, though, and that's left side going down. Princess gets the shot off, and this thing is going into overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Victory on the right side down to 14-14 is actually not quite in a very good spot here. Really was trying to get that 1-0 win, and now having to defend against a big attack coming in the right side. Oh, man, Hog Rider getting a swing off on that thing. Tornado pulling that Goblin Gang away, and it looks like this damaged P.E.K.K.A going for the counterattack, but not going to have a whole lot of juice to build up with, especially after these bats take it out. A relative reset here, and an aggressive graveyard play by Victory. This is really trying to drill in hard. Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to go down, though. Not a very good counter to the graveyard, but just needed something that could survive poison to start getting a few chops away. Mini P.E.K.K.A goes down, but I think that these bats aren't making too much of a connection. Nice counterattack by Victory, but it's not over yet. Hog Rider coming in straight on his opponent's side of the arena. KT tries to get the Goblin Gang to connect, but Victory's just got too much elixir, defends it very, very well with that Executioner Tornado. Just one little splash shot from the Princess, but I guess KT will have to take it. Counterattack is going to be an Ice Golem, marching in to defend for a graveyard. Poison, as always, great timing by Victory there, taking out all the defensive troops that are getting set up. Goblin Gang, poor bats are just getting murdered by this poison. Miner coming on in to try to soak for this mini P.E.K.K.A, but not getting there quickly enough. No shots on tower, down to 704. Here comes the Hog Rider. Tornado's out of his opponent's hand. A time to strike. Here we go, one hit. Can't quite get the second hit, though, and that is going to be a very bad result for KT. He really wanted to get that extra swing in there. Mini P.E.K.K.A very aggressive on his opponent's side of the arena, trying to get what little he can, but the graveyard poison is already starting to tick away at that right side. Goblin Gang gets murdered by it, and it's a little bit of chip damage from the Miner. He might actually pull it off. Hog Rider goes in for the swing, gets it! KT ahead 1-0 now in this best-of-3 series. Elixir Collector banned on his side. He chose to go for the real chippy, quick, fast-paced deck and got the win. Very, very close result. 2-1 obviously couldn't be much closer with that graveyard chipping away at the final seconds there, but base race in KT's favor. Hog Rider gets the job done. Very nice result there for KT. He's going to be trying to keep the win streak up and get that 2-0 against this opponent. It's a best-of-3 series in the quarterfinals here. Let me check back in with chat real quick. Dan Gannon says, why do people run a deck with no secondary spell? Interesting question. I think that the primary reason that you would want to run that sort of deck is if you have a big splashy troop that can do a lot of damage to a lot of things in a very small amount of time. Particularly if you're running Tornado and Executioner together, that's a very good synergy. A lot of times with like Three Musketeers decks, you'll also see that players only have one spell that they run, like something really cheap like a Zap or a Log, to try to take care of big swarms of troops. Because you just can deal so much damage in such a small amount of time with the big heavy troops that you have. That there's kind of no need to really worry about having a secondary spell. But a great question. I think most decks do benefit from having 2 or maybe even 3 spells. Something like the Motorcycle deck that I run loves to use Rocket plus the Log plus either Arrows or Tornado, and gets a lot of value from just cycling those things back to back to back. But yeah, depending upon the setup, you may be running just Poison Zap or Poison Log or something even heavier, as we saw in that last game. Only Zap out of KT and only Poison Tornado out of Victory. Let's go back in for this next game and see how things shake up. KT with the 1-0 lead right now in this best-of-3 series over Victory, trying to move on to the semifinals. Interesting ban choice here. Victory's not going to be able to run Goblin Barrel thanks to KT's ban. Makes it a lot easier for KT to just commit to saying, I'm going to be able to run Zap instead of the Log, because really Log only gets played over Zap because it's able to take out those Goblin Barrels very, very efficiently and very quickly. Nice Hog Rider strike at the left side. KT coming in strong in the first 40 seconds of play. First hit brings about 900 damage off that left side tower. And a little bit more chip damage here from the Spear Goblins as well. Late on that Ice Golem deploy, his left side Victory now down to 1547. KT running Hog Log Bait yet again. It worked well the first time. Let's see if he can pull it off the second. Whoa, he's used to going 2-1 against his opponent. Streaming in on that right side with the Hog Rider Miner combination. He will get his King Terror activated, but he's taking chip damage at the left and the right side, down to 1452 on the left. And the Miner gets it almost as far over on the right side, down to 1630. Executioner creeping in on the left. Looks like no commitment to this push, though. Mini Pekka will be able to chop it up. But no, don't talk to me or my son ever again, says Big Mama Pekka. She comes in and chops him up, sends him back to his room, and starts marching down the left lane. Do we have a Zap to clear out these bats? No, but an Ewiz gets the job done anyways. Bats coming in to help out on this push. Oh, man, if that Ewiz survives, that would have been crucial. Missed it, though, and this Pekka is going to be taken out pretty easily. No, what? Mini Pekka on the back lane doesn't catch the Big Mama Pekka in time and suffers a swing at the left side tower. Defensive mistake there by KT. The arrow is going to cost him about 700 hit points off of his left side tower. But he's not down and out yet. He actually does have the damage advantage, but things are starting to stack up in a pretty dangerous way. Very quickly getting the damage in over on the left side. Victory with the Ice Golem Executioner push. Not going to commit to this attack, though. Defensive Miner, an awkward counter for KT, but he's keeping the damage off of his tower. Applying pressure at the right lane now, trying to prevent Victory from being able to sweep with a big attack coming on in here. Nice Tornado spell does come down. It's going to be able to take out the Goblin Gang and that Hog Rider. One shot from the Princess helps out, though. And KT's win condition now is to try to keep his opponent from building up one single big push on either side of the arena. Poison is going to come in. It's going to be able to take out a ton of troops. But KT actually is not going to play a whole lot out there, is he? Gets the Goblin Gang in, but not in time. Graveyard brings it down to 136, and that is within poison range. KT has got to strike right now if he wants to seal the deal and take this game out, but it's not looking likely. Pekka at the right side finishes off the Hog Rider, and that thing is going down. 10 seconds left, and Victory is in his sight. Victory, the player, clutches it with a poison out the left side, killing that Princess and chipping away at the tower. 1-0 victory for Victory. And we're going to be going to the best of 3 tiebreaker round right afterwards. Here we go, guys. Boink CR's in the chat. What's going on, man? Thank you very much for stopping by. Doom's asking for the clan name, but I don't think we're accepting anyone right now. I think the clan might actually be closed. Lollapalm says, don't talk to me and my son ever again. By killing the son, I don't even think about my means. Lollapalm, maybe it's like the red player like stole the son and then like sent him to like go be a misbehaving little brat or something. Big Mama Pekka comes in, spanks him and sends him back to his room. It's like, don't talk to my son ever again. You know, don't try to turn him against me. Don't do it. Decks on screen here from KT and Victory. Pekka, Graveyard from Victory. Kind of the same decks, both players running back-to-back. Interesting choice that they didn't try to counter-deck each other. They didn't try to mix it up at all. Just going with what they know. And that's a pretty legit strategy. I mean, if you have dozens of hours with one single deck and you know how to counter everything in the game, especially a deck like Logbait that's very versatile, can run multiple different win conditions. As you saw here, Princess chip damage definitely working to KT's benefit in that first round. Couldn't quite get the connection in the second round. He split up a lot of his damage. He did almost as much damage as Victory did, but getting out on both the left and the right side towers was definitely not to his advantage. And I think the third game is just about to start. The match is up in clan chat here. I wonder if there's any tech choices that KT could switch to here to try to take advantage of a Victory, because Victory definitely got his number looked up the second time around, knew how to defend, and kept the damage off the towers. Executioner Tornado, very hard to stop in double elixir time. And KT, in the first minute or so, definitely pulled ahead, but couldn't maintain the lead. Let's see how this third game shakes out. We have got a best-of-3 tiebreaker now between these two players. And yeah, I got a question in chat from Chip FW. It's 45,000 Hong Kong dollars. First place is 30K and a chance to join the Nova eSports Pro Team. So obviously a lot on the line. These guys could potentially get the biggest win of their entire Clash Royale careers so far. So big thanks to the Hong Kong Esports Festival 2017 for hosting us here in the Hong Kong Convention Center. Beautiful building. I actually got to see the skyline yesterday, and this one really stands out. Huge thanks also to Cyber Games Arena and the Nova eSports Pro Team for hosting us here and giving us the opportunity to showcase some of the greatest new Clash Royale competitive decks. Great play here from Victory in the center of the arena. Takes out that Princess with the E-Wiz. Only a little bit of chip damage off onto the P.E.K.K.A there from the Dark Goblin, but not quite enough juice to build up the push at the left side in the first minute of play here. Victory very happy to just run defense against a log bait deck like the one that KT is running here. Princess getting some support from other ranged troops here. Goblin Gang's got the spears in the back, but Dart Goblin and Archers also coming in from KT, really trying to take advantage of the swarming effect of playing lots of little troops and the advantage that he can get from running lots of ranged troops, trying to keep his opponents off guard. Victory playing a little bit more cautiously here. He's got the minor poison set up in this deck, so he's not really going for Graveyard, it seems. But Bandit down the right side is going to get the dash off. Nice strike there for Victory, bringing the tower down to 1654. And both of the right side towers for both players have gone down a few hundred hit points. It seems like it's going to be the main playing field for both of these players. Victory with these big pushes playing a P.E.K.K.A deck would be definitely happy to see it kind of all going down to that one right side lane. KT mixing it up and switching it around. Going to take some damage at the left side from a poison minor hit, but I think that left side will remain his strong side. Switching it up. Once again, both lanes, we're going to see a minor play from KT out the right side, trying to soak for that Dart Gibble, but takes him down just a little bit too soon. Zap goes down to finish off the Goblin Gang and does get one stab onto the tower, but a big push out the left side for Victory, trying to drill in on the left. I think the right side was his preferred lane, but a great midi P.E.K.K.A play on defense there. Takes out the E-Wiz, and it's not going to be a whole lot more trouble at the left side. Victory falling behind now to KT, who has soaked about 900 damage on both lanes, but has been able to just finesse his way around all of the troops that Victory has been playing. Defensive P.E.K.K.A here is able to chop through this attack, but going down pretty hard on that right side, almost into the triple-digit range. He's building up his push on the right. KT defending with those ranged troops, getting a lot of value, but the poison is going to be able to take most of them all out. Minor straight onto the tower gets the bulk of the damage from that right side push, and Victory ties things up here. 1,100 damage on both sides. KT for the counterattack brings it down to the triple digits over on the right side, and KT trying to just play very cautious defense here. Look out for the poison, though. Very dangerous play. No poison coming in. All right, so be it. Out of Elixir on the right side, though. Bandit getting the dashes off onto the Archers. The Princess straight for the tower. Poison gets the finishing blow, and that is going to be the end of this best-of-3 series. Very well played. The big old P.E.K.K.A poison deck finishing off well in the end. I don't think that P.E.K.K.A got a single hit on the towers that whole game, and yet just the constant big pushes that were able to be built up on the right side. I think that was the reason why he was able to get the win there. That left side basically untouched in the last minute or so of play. The bigger deck almost always loves playing just one single lane. Never really wants to have to worry about split pushing one way or another. I think Three Musketeers is kind of the one exception to that rule, and that they're happy to play both sides to try to split up your forces. But anytime you see a big tank like a P.E.K.K.A or a Golem or a Lava Hound, almost exclusively wants to see play on one single side of the map. The fact that the defensive log bay player was unable to kind of split things up there toward the end was really to his detriment. Almost was able to pull it off, but you know, the deeper you get into double elixir time, the more difficult it is for the cheaper deck to be able to pull those sorts of tricks off. So once again, great decision there, trying to switch it up with some Archers and Dark Goblins to get the ranged pull on there, but couldn't quite pull it off. We're going to go to a commercial break real quick, and we'll see you back soon for the next best-of-3 set. Keys that light up. That's right, Lolo Pound. You can finally be good at CS:GO just as soon as you get that beautiful new keyboard. I mean, that's why we say so often that you want to stay lit. If your keyboard ain't lit, how are you gonna be lit? That's what I'm asking. Quarterfinals of the Nova eSports Clash Royale Tournament 2017 will be continuing in here just in a moment. I think that the remaining field, who else have we got left in the tournament? 24 and Quen, and Military Attack will be playing against another player. Let me see if I can get his name real quick. Military Attack is playing against someone with Chinese characters in their name. Can you tell me their name? Thanks very much to the pro production team. Helping keep things running smoothly. Looking beautiful here in the Hong Kong Convention Center. Yeah. So we saw him play yesterday, actually, or not yesterday, the day before yesterday, against Octay, who was here in the studio with us helping run the show. Happy to have him back. Yeah. We'll be going up against Military Attack, 24 versus Quen. Leo Wolf is not able to hear the background noise. Well, I'm surprised. I guess we got a pretty good mic setup after all. Level 3680's got a fun fact for us. He says the buttons of the mouse are called ears. Oh, really? Because it's like a little mouse and then he's got ears in the front. That makes sense. What if you got 3 buttons, though? Can a mouse have multiple ears, like 3 ears, 4 ears? I've actually got one of those like MMO mouses with like the like number pad on the right side. It's got 12 ears on the right. Do we call those like goosebumps or something? Lollapalooza says Kara's my girlfriend. I don't know, man. You're going to have to talk to Nightlight about that. Dead Gator says my right ear is still sleeping. Well, wake it up. I don't know. If you're not getting audio through the right ear, just like go put some baller music on in the background. Hang out here, guys. Have a good time. It certainly is a great show, and we've got a lot of great competitive Clash Royale coming up in the next hour or so. Oh, you can see them in the background, too. They're actually literally right next to me, but they're on the big screen, too. Long Leg Moo and his partner. I just wish I could understand what they're saying. Dake, this is Dake AF Music. Okay, Papa Woody. Yes, that's what I'm asking for. I wish we had song requests on right now. That'd be pretty cool, right? Send me your song requests, and maybe I'll just listen to them on the plane flight back, even though we can't have them in the stream. 24 in Quen. I believe that Quen was one of the qualifiers from the tournament that we held recently, and 24 was from a previous qualification stage. Let me check on that real quick. I know that I still probably have the tournament results up in my Clash Royale app. Have you guys had success with the Mega Knight, though? I'm curious if it's only getting a little bit of experimental play or if people are actually running wild with it here. Tournament results. Yeah, the Nova Clash Royale tournament. Goat, I guess we didn't manage to get him pulled in. Yaya, yes, was the number 2 player in the tournament from last night. Quen was number 3. Victory was number 4. And I see Misty Orb actually was number 5. But managed to bring it in here since Goat was unable to play. So it looks like the next 2 players are going to be 24 and Quen. I haven't seen 24 play yet, but we saw quite a bit of play from Quen last night. Managed to come in 3rd place with 354 trophies in the Nova Clash Royale Tournament qualifier, just behind Yaya, who had 357. 3 short, and that was worth 400 cards less in that chest. But it's still a very nice reward from the qualifier, and a lot coming up in this bracket event. Lollapound says, Woody dance, Woody dance, Woody dance. Now throw them hands up, and let me see you hit that Woody. Move them left, right, left. Side to side. You can't make me wiggle, though. Not this time. Dubstep Hero says, Woody, I got him 12-1. Hope to see him on some CCGS games. Maybe we shall. I'm so happy that the new season's going to have everyone in the entire world competing. My man Turtwig Data down in the rest of the world region from Australia, holding the fort for Reddit Alpha. Game is now started between Quen and 24. Goblins out the right side bridge. Caught by Nice Golem. Looks like they're not going to get too much of a push off. Quick Balloon out the right. Seeing Ice Wizard out of his opponent's hand. He's moving in very hot. Mega Minion and an Ice Spirit get the catch, though, in 24. Not going to get any damage off that right side. Zaps down the Mega Minion. Shouldn't be able to reach the tower. But he's got to worry something about this Ice Wizard. No, just lets it soak. Well, fair enough. Miner not caught by the Mini P.E.K.K.A. a little bit late on that play there. Minions flying up top. Should be able to take it down or just within range of one more shot from the tower. Giant looking scary, but the Mini P.E.K.K.A. is a great counter for 24. They're both running Mini P.E.K.K.A. Guys, new meta, great meta, or worst meta ever? Mini P.E.K.K.A. flying up, or Mega Minion flying up top, able to swipe down the rest of those goblins. Ice Wizard can slow down these troops, but I don't know if he's going to be able to take him out or not. Ice Spirit gets the freeze in there. And it looks like the Wiz will be able to survive one hit from the Mini P.E.K.K.A. What do you think about that? The Mini P.E.K.K.A. is able to chop up E-Wiz and Wizard now in just one hit, but cannot one-shot the Ice Wizard despite his recent damage buff. Not just quite enough. Yeah, moving in hot with that balloon, but chilling out with the Ice Spirit. Lots of stunning capabilities from both players here. Zap, Ice Golem, out the left for 24, but gets the drop with the balloon. What? Ice Wizard on defense tried to slow him down, but not quite enough. Great early connection for 24 as we're just about to start things in double elixir time here now. Big push out the left side. Goblins to block, but they're going to go down to the tower. Giant, Mini P.E.K.K.A. Ice Wiz out the back. Gets fireballed, but you can't finish him off. And this is a great giant connection at the left side for Quen. 1, 2, 3, 4 punches. Jeez, that guy cannot be stopped. Poison goes down. Let's be able to take out the Mega Minion in the back. No, not quite. Think he'll survive for the counter push now. Balloon up top is looking deadly. Quen needs to stop it real fast. Ice Spirit brings this thing up. No! Oh, barely doesn't get there. Death damage on the tower brings it down to 744. And both left sides are in the triple-digit range. Looks like the next big hit to land is going to be victory. Giant gets one punch off on the left side, but doesn't finish it off. 784 versus 744. Pre-fire fireball from 24 catches the goblins out back. Nice play there, but doesn't get much of a connection from the miner. Actually, 2 swings ain't too bad. 2 more fireballs to get the kill, or just a little bit of death damage added on top from this balloon. Should be able to take it down after 1 spell cycle. Zap and Ice Wiz can't finish off the balloon. Miner coming in for the kill, and that's going to be a win for 24. Gets the drop off, and that is going to be good. Looks like you'll give a little pound it there. 24 had 3 Muskies banned. Quen not able to play the Princess. Interesting ban choice there. Princess not necessarily OP or used in every single deck situation, but I guess it does kind of shut down some Logbait variants. So no 3 Muskies for 24, no Princess for Quen. The deck choices you can see on the screen there. Giant beatdown for Quen. Got some nice early connections, but 24 outpaced him. Balloon connections, taking advantage of the fact that Mega Minion's really the only thing that Quen has in his deck to get a lot of damage off in a short amount of time. 1-0 for 24. Really could have gone either way there, but 24 will pull ahead in this best of 3 with the first win. Let's check back in with chat real quick and see what's going on here. We got a GG Easy from everyone. We got to get GG Easy or GGX confirmed, as Lil Wolf says. Add it in there. Just as soon as we get enough subs. As soon as I get another emote slot opened up, I'll add it in there. Maybe GG Easy will be my $9.99 sub emote. Oh, I've already got wood logged, don't I? I guess it could be the $24.99 one. I don't have one in that slot yet, but I wanted everyone to be able to use it. Yeah. I am Lord. Chat equals dance game. All right, next game. Getting ready to go. It's in the chat right now. Can you beat me? The classic challenge. Truer words have never been spoken. Can you beat me? I don't know. It might not be able to. Quen and 24. Looking good. I wonder what 24 stands for. Is that like 24 hours in a day? That's all I can come up with. What do you think the 24 is for? Let me know in chat. 24. Maybe that's the elixir that he wants to build up in his push. 24 elixir in one push. Probably can't do it with 3 Muskies banned, but Did a nice job the first game nonetheless. Can we cue the Jeopardy theme song music? 30 seconds in and no cards played yet. Quinn and 24 waiting for Guffman. Nope. All right, waiting for a Goblin game to get split up. 24 going to defend the left side push with guards. Nice call there. Stabs down the larger Goblin game push, and he'll have a little bit of counterattack potential. Fire Spirit's coming on in, going to be able to take out the guards. But a well-placed Dark Goblin catches from just over the river. A lot of damage off of that furnace. Arrows will take him down, but there should still be maybe 2 or 3 waves of Fire Spirits left in that furnace. Oh, killer minion horde. Gets zapped down, though. Bat's going to be able to take it out. Balloon a little bit too slow. Lots of damage off the front end, but I think 24 will be well ready to go for the next push. Barrel out the right side, stabbed down by guards, but it does get a hit in there. Goblin doing his best. Ultra Dude Storm says 24 stands from 24. All about his penal length. That's not even how you spell that. Penal is like the legal system, the penal system. Get with it, Lolna Pound. I am the Senate. No, you're not. Lolna Pound, you're not even the House. Case Fix says, OMG, Woody back in a suit. That's right, we're broadcasting here from the Hong Kong eSports Festival 2017. Big push out the right side. Almost about to connect. Pre-fire fireball launches and hits all those minions. 2, count them, 2 drops from the balloon. Breaks it down to triple digits. Counterattack of the bowler taken out by bats. And what? I think we got the number of the beast on the right side. Can we get a Hail Satan in chat real quick? We're down to 66 hit points on the right side. 1781 for 24. And he's looking very likely to be able to pull this thing off and make it a 1-0 victory. Fireball on that right side tower. That's not enough damage. Balloon way far in the back. And I think that should be just enough pressure to prevent Quinn from building up a big push either lane. Fireball cycle, a very viable win condition for 24 at this point. Could just hit this furnace with a fireball. No, gonna soak it. All right. Gets a little zap in there to weaken the minions, but they're not down yet. Offensive fireball from Quinn, and he is drilling in as hard as he possibly can. Defense holds up, though, and down at 12-17. 24 looking for one more drop from a balloon to seal the deal. Get this game finished off. Balloon connects with the furnace. Distraction is out, but that's going to be death damage on the tower. Added on with a fireball, and this thing is going down to one more hit. Just one more little fireball connection should seal the deal. Finish things off here. Great fireball on offense, combined with that Goblin Barrel. Just about the best chance that Quinn could have given himself to try to get the win here, but a little bit too little, too late. Army marching in that right side is not going to get the kill, and with fireball taking the tower down, we have our first 2-0 result from our game today. Well played to 24. He'll be moving on to the semifinals. Quinn kicked out, but it's a great honor just to be on the stage in the quarterfinals at this event. Nova's Clash Royale tournament will continue. We're going to have a quick commercial break. I think we're going to share a little bit of information from our sponsors. Thank them for keeping the lights on and providing this great arena for the guys to be competing in today. The last 2 competitors that we have are Yaya and Military Attack. Those guys are going to be joining us just in a moment for the final best of 3 quarterfinal round before we get into the semis. And from the semis, obviously, we will find our champion, a 30,000 Hong Kong dollar first place prize and the opportunity to join the Nova Esports Pro Team. Will be coming up in a moment. Let me check back in with chat and see how things are going on with you guys around the rest of the world. Rumham, thanks for the auto host, dude. Appreciate that. Lana Pound. He hit down to 435, right? 2, count them, 2, exactly. You always got to count them. Don't forget to count them. There's 2 hits from the balloon. All right, going to the commercial now. See you guys in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. Howdy, guys. We are going to be going into the next and final quarterfinal round with Fat Pang and Military Attack. Last two players to be competing in the best of three to move on to the semifinals. You haven't seen them yet, but they got a lot to prove today. I believe Military Attack was one of the guys that qualified through day one, and Fat Pang was in the day two qualifier, so he actually managed to break out in the top of a 1,000-player tournament. Where did he fall in at? He was in number 2, only behind Goat, who couldn't actually even make it to the tournament today. So he was the number 1 qualifier, as far as I can tell. Working very hard with some new decks to try out to bring to you all today. I wonder if the players are bringing their best in the quarters or if they're saving on to some decks to be able to run in the semis and the finals. You know, there is a certain amount of mind games and trickery that you want to try to play against your opponent, trying to build up a deck that they can't predict. But that will still be well-rounded enough in case you get the wrong read to be able to run against anyone. Excuse me, Lollapound's going to head out. So we're going to have this next and final quarterfinal match starting up pretty soon here. Howdy, howdy, howdy to everyone joining in the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've got the Hong Kong eSports Festival 2017 Clash Royale tournament starting up in just a few more minutes. The final quarterfinal round coming to you all here. Military Attack and Fat Pang starting the matchup. Have you guys been enjoying the matches so far? Good game so far, right? Lots of P.E.K.K.A play toward the beginning, but they stopped playing with their P.E.K.K.A and started using different win conditions as the matches moved on. Good bit of log bait. I've seen barrels getting thrown around quite a bit. It's a little bit hard to evaluate the development of the metagame here because we've got bans instituted, so maybe the players aren't using the best of their best decks. But there is some pretty interesting and somewhat innovative approaches. You know, nothing that is decidedly too groundbreaking yet. I think that CR Worlds had the last like big, crazy, weird decks introduced when we saw those Battle Ram Bandit bridge spam decks coming into play. But since the recent round of balance updates, we're kind of waiting for the metagame to kind of shift and finally kind of settle on something. Nothing quite yet. Something interesting that I noticed from the CCGS qualifiers, though, is the rise in spawner decks that are going alongside Expo. So I was actually giving one a little bit of a try over in a Grand Challenge. Let me see if I can go find that one for you real quick because I haven't gotten to play it on stream yet. But it is very fun, and it's something that has worked very well for some of the very top players in the game, which is unique because you often don't see spawners performing at the very top. But it is Expo, Goblin Hut, Barbarian Hut, Fireball Log, and then 3 very good, versatile defensive troops. You got the Ice Wizard, Electro Wizard, and Bandit all pulling their weight. Oh, sweet. I got a legendary chest special offer. Can you guys see that on screen? Hang on, where is it? There it is. What do you think is in there? Should I crack it open right now? Not Princess. I already have her maxed out. Anything else? Give me a log. Night Witch. All right, that's a pretty good call. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Didn't even know that we were going to get a chest opening event here on the stream, did you guys? Next game between Fat Pang and Military Attack will be starting up shortly. I think we're going to be heading over back to the clan real quick to check out what decks the players were using. I think Balloon is actually the one card that's kind of replaced the bridge spam decks that we've seen recently. Any deck that just doesn't have enough air coverage gets obliterated by little quick tiny attacks. Even the smallest of tanks, like a few guards walking in, even if they're damaged, or a knight, is usually enough to provide cover for the Balloon to get a hit in one way or another. Fireball, a great versatile spell card to take out most medium-sized pushes. Zap, able to take out those kind of smaller pushes to punish the lack of coverage in the player's hand. So let's get into this game now. This is the last quarterfinal match of the Nova Tournament 2017 here in Hong Kong. The eSports Festival 2017. Looking great. I wish we could just pan around and look at the convention center real quick. Maybe later. But Military Attack starting off with an Elixir Collector. You can see that he's not going to have access to the Goblin Barrel this game. And Fat Pang will have no Miner available for him. Right side, Dark Prince, and a Dark Prince from Fat Pang as well. Both players running a card that we haven't hardly seen at all in competitive play until the past couple of weeks. Bandit gets the dash, and she'll be able to take him out. And there's a Bandit in Fat Peng's deck, too. They could be running very, very similar decks. Only time we'll be able to tell, but early lead for Fat Peng thanks to the fact that he got that hit off on the right side with the lightning. Elixir Collector does go down in the back left corner trying to juice up, and yep, an Elixir Collector for military attack as well. Stabby Gobs get rid of the E-Wiz, and we're back to a relative reset stance here. I wonder if Fat Peng's going to wind up using lightning on that left side pump. He very well could. It takes out 7 of the 8 pumps. Yep, there you go. Lightning down on the left side. Poison's going to be able to hit this pump on the left. Only one bit of juice down when you either poison or lightning a pump. But more damage for Fat Peng using lightning instead of poison. Great defense from military attack there, keeping that Dark Prince Bandit attack at bay. Fat Peng looking to defend now. He's got the E-Wiz in the far back, but the Bandit is going to get the dash off onto the tower. Get about 700 hit points peeled off that right lane. Nice hit for military attack. Only damage that he's sustained so far is from spells. So you can very easily imagine both players running very defensively oriented decks here, trying to get value out of the counterattacks that they're able to build up. All right, military attack and Fat Peng both pumping up. P.E.K.K.A. Big Mama coming in on that right side. Fat Peng knows that military attack wants to push the right lane since he's gotten it down to 18-27 already. So that means it's going to be a big clash on the right side bridge. 2 P.E.K.K.A.s duking it out. Dark Prince in the back to support the right side, and there's an E-Wiz on both lanes. Guard's going to try to block this P.E.K.K.A. Maybe one shot that they'll be able to soak, but the Dark Prince is moving in now. What is this Bandit doing? Dashes across the river, then hops back onto the other lane. E-Wiz and Bandit out the right side, not able to seal the deal on defense. Nice Dark Prince connection out the left side for Fat Peng, undefended, but military attack has got a huge push drilling on the right side. This thing is probably just going to be a 1-0 game, so any little bit of defensive edge that you can get is going to be worth it. Bandit caught on the left side, not going to be able to kill that tower just quickly enough, and perfect defense from Fat Peng, played just enough elixir to keep that tower healthy, while that left side for military attack not looking too good. Down to 606, it's just a couple more lightning bolts will be able to take it out. Well played. Pump in the back right. Military attack knows that he doesn't want to sustain any more damage than absolutely necessary either lane, but pumping up on the right side keeps that left side healthy. Poison down to the right side for military attack too. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Pretty even elixir splits here on the left and right. P.E.K.K.A. chops through the Bandit, and it looks like MA is going to be pushing left side now. Might not commit to it, though. Defensive P.E.K.K.A. from Fat Peng. He's very happy to play left lane, and looks like this will be a big attack going in over here. Dark Princes charging at each other, but the zap from the E-Wiz able to keep that relatively safe. Fantastic lightning here, and it looks like this left side is in a lot of trouble. Big Mama P.E.K.K.A. chops up that Bandit, and that left side is down for the count. Win here for Fat Peng. 1-0 result in the first game against military attack. I am very surprised that Fat Peng was able actually to keep that big push off the right side tower. That was a huge assault with like double Dark Prince E-Wizes behind a P.E.K.K.A. even, but couldn't get to the tower. Enough distraction potential in Fat Peng's deck with the goblins. Lots of damage being dished out by Big Mama P.E.K.K.A. herself, as well as distraction and slowing effects from the E-Wiz. Kept that push at bay, and just a little bit of an attack on the left side with the Dark Prince brings it down to 606 damage. Military attack really did commit to that right side push, and the fact that he wasn't able to get it in was really what gave Fat Peng the win there. Well played to both players. Lightning and Poison, both relatively good counters to the pumps that we're seeing both of them use. We know that Miner's going to be banned on the bottom for Fat Peng, and Goblin Barrel is banned on the top for military attack. Those are interesting bans because they're both cards that can go directly for the tower. A lot of pretty reliable damage from either card, especially when they're teamed up with other little light pushes. So it makes complete sense that they would both be running very heavy push decks. And not a whole lot of difference between the two decks there. As you saw, they're both running P.E.K.K.A., both running E-Wiz, both running Dark Prince, both running Elixir Collector. Just light differences in spell choices and the support troops for both of them to try to get the damage in. All right, so military attack and Fat Peng moving in to the second game now. Fat Peng with the 1-0 lead in this best of three, but it's not going to be quite over. Zap onto that right side tower and a lightning to take it all the way out. 8 Elixir spent by Fat Peng, but he gets a nice early hit on MA's right side. Military attack going in for the slow push. Battle ram in the back. Might add on something here. What's it going to be? Bats in the back. Big Mama Pekka chops through this battle ram, no problemo at all. But no defensive zap for Fat Peng, and that Pekka is going to go down to half hit points right off the bat. Aussie Koo says military attack can use the barrel if he wants. No, actually, I believe that the barrel has been banned. So the way that production explained it to me is if there's a ban next to that player, it means that they cannot use that card. Unless it's the other way around and I'm just mistaken. But pumps up for both players on the left side. Big attack out the right side for military attack. But getting kind of distracted and bogged down in the center of the arena there, though. Nice defensive battle ram. Keeps most of the damage off. Ice Golem not going to be able to get out in front for this bandit, but that's a pretty nice bit of damage moving on the right side. Forces the 4 elixir counter out by Fat Peng. Ewiz gets trapped by some bats. But another pump coming up from Fat Peng. He's willing to play the long game here. Happy to see as much juice on the arena as possible. Very similar deck setups from both players here. Once again, they're kind of running the same cards here. 2 barbs from the battle ram creeping in over on the right side. Lightning goes down, doesn't catch a barbarian, but does hit the pump and the weak side. Right side tower for military attack. MA is going to try to punish here with a big hit coming in on the right side. It's a bandit. Dark Prince push. Zap not enough to take those goblins out, and with the Ewiz coming down, this push is over. Hardly any damage on that right side tower for Fat Peng. He's been holding. Oh, no! Misplayed elixir collector right in front of his right side tower. And a bad start to this next push for military attack. Bat gets a little bit of chip damage in here, but it's really going to be up to military attack to come back now. Catches one of the lightning bolts with a bandit, so he's got 2 musketeers for this defense, but they're going to get one shot at this Pekka if it manages to reach in there. Ice Golem gets obliterated, and this right side push is falling apart on military attack side. This huge assault from Fat Peng gets the job done, as you would expect. 6 wasted elixir by military attack, playing that elixir collector there in front of his right side tower, and that is going to be it. Fat Peng with the 2-0 in the quarterfinals will be moving on to the semis. He's going to be going to try to stab up toward the top and get that first place prize. Remember, we've got a 45,000 Hong Kong dollar prize pool at the Hong Kong eSports Festival 2017 Nova Clash Royale tournament. Looking forward to seeing which of our top 4 players we have now will be claiming that crown and the title of best player in the region with an opportunity to join the Nova eSports Pro Team. It's really coming down to the wire now. All the players who qualified through weeks of competitions trying to get to the very top. Honeylicious Bay, thanks for the kind words in chat. I'm checking back in with you guys real quick over here to see what you've been saying about these last matches. Interesting. I got to say that both players were playing relatively similar decks and just little variations on the kind of Pekka control scheme that we've seen recently. Pekka's always been steadily rising in the rankings and did very, very well in the 20-win challenge and the normal challenges that you saw. That players have been running in GCs and just on ladder tournaments everywhere. Pekka is absolutely dominant. I would not be surprised at all if we got a small deploy time increase in the next balance update, going from 1 second to 2 seconds, to try to just kind of scale back her ability to instantly wreck any push that comes at you. Very good play so far from these guys, but I think we're going to go to a quick commercial break leading into the semifinals. Stick around. Howdy, 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 guys. We are going to be going back to the arena to start off the semifinals. Kirito and Victory, our next two players, to rejoin us on the stage. Of course, they were victorious over Misty Orb and KT, respectively, in the quarterfinals, defeating those star players and trying now to get a spot on the finals bracket. Very excited to see how those games play out. I wanted to thank No Idea and Dank Gannon really quick for their resubscriptions to the channel. Much appreciated, guys, getting access to some of the best emotes on the Twitch platform, as well as that Dank subscriber badge and exclusive Discord channel access on the Reddit Off of Clan Family Discord server. Many thanks for that. Interested to see if we can actually get the Mega Knight back into tournament competition. He was playing really well on ladder. I know AY maxed him out just as soon as he could. Level 5 Mega Knight that he's playing on ladder. But is he a card that the pro players are wanting to use in their decks? As long as P.E.K.K.A is around, I think that's not going to be the case. So only time will tell how well he's going to be. But at this point, no one's being bold enough, confident enough to try to run the new one. Dubstep Hero says, Woody, do you have an Instagram I can follow? Not at the current moment, but you know what? I've been talking to these guys out here, and they have been saying that Instagram is a great thing to have set up for streamers, and so I think I might get one in the next week or so. Stay tuned to my Twitter, where you can find information about my adventures here in Hong Kong and all sorts of details about the tournament. It's at Woody_CR. You can also follow the Nova eSports team Twitter account. And it's just like it sounds, Nova eSports team, all one word, where they also have information about this tournament and others happening in the region, and more news to come from them about other events. Thanks for asking, Dubstep Hero. Yeah, sorry that the sound wasn't coming through on the commercial side of things. I think that since this is an English language broadcast, they figure that it's just not really worth it to run the Cantonese speaking commercials for you guys. But we are going to have our first semifinals match starting on the stage behind me momentarily. The players are sitting in their chairs, getting ready to go. Our admin talking to them, making sure that everything is set up properly. The format for this event is best of 3, and each player gets to ban one card that their opponent won't be able to use for the duration of the match. Adds a little bit of strategic value to it by making sure that your opponent can't hard counter you with certain cards, but does kind of limit their range of options and prevents them from running the decks that they're more familiar with and maybe more well-known for. I find it pretty interesting that we actually haven't seen a P.E.K.K.A ban yet. I guess the players like running it themselves and so don't want to see that card excluded on the arena. But I think the game is just about to get underway right now. Let's see if we can switch the overlay over and watch Victory and Kirito in this semi-finals match. A little bit of emoting from these players, so you can see them smiling down there on the stage, laughing at each other. Bandit attack from Kirito, the first card being played here. Caught by the Ice Golem, though. Nice 2-for-3 trade for Victory. And will he push with the Ice Golem out here on the right? Not looking likely. Okay. P.E.K.K.A actually does get banned in this semifinals match here. We were just talking about a potential P.E.K.K.A ban. Very popular card right now, and for good reason. Left side attack is kind of falling limp here. About 100 damage dealt by Kirito. Better than nothing, but a quick balloon attack by Victory, trying to get some damage on the left side tower. Arrows catch the minion horde, and that's no dropping of any bombs from the balloon. Death damage is good, though. Brings it down to 2164. Kirito at the left side. A little bit of a angry emote exchange here once again. Arrows in Victory's deck is going to be a great 3-for-5 counter anytime he sees that minion horde going down. It's going to be up to Kirito to try to bait out those arrows by playing standard minions and other kind of swarmy type troops. But since he is running a giant minion swarm deck, he has additional options at his disposal. Trying to swarm now with bats, maybe, to get rid of this Lava Hound out the right side. He's going to have to take it down some way. These bats are, I think, just going to walk within range of the tower there, get taken down. Baby Dragon finishes off the next round of bats. But here's some minions trying to get the job done, taking out this Lava Hound out the right side. Well, this giant virtually uncountered. The Baby Dragon trying to burp him down, but it takes a while for the Mega Minion to finally connect. Quick attack at the left from the Kirito. Gets the Bandit dash on tower. Victory's not countering this Bandit at all. What are you doing, man? Completely ignored. Takes half the damage off the left side tower. Victory falling behind relative to Kirito. Left side tower down to 1286. He got Kirito down to 1481 at the right side, and they could foreseeably go either lane at this point, but I think that Victory's got to be feeling the pain from that last push. Maybe he doesn't have sound on. Maybe he didn't even hear the bandit sneaking on in there. She is known to be quite sneaky. Lava Hound Loon push out the left side. It's going to have some minions set up to try to take it down. Victory holding onto those arrows until he sees the minion horde. And yet another sneaky bandit out the right side. Victory chooses to soak it, trying to get this left side pushed together, but he gets it. Balloon crashes into the left side, but the Giant is already taking the tower down. This thing is a 1-1 draw right now, but a Giant marching down the right lane. And I think Victory has had just about as much as he can handle. Not throwing those arrows out and the Giant punching down the tower. I think Victory has given in and given up. Right side tower going down to this bandit and taking quite a bit of damage on the King Towers now. Last final push from this Balloon, but I think even if it gets the drop, that would not be enough to take things down. So well played to Kirito there. That's going to be a 2-1 win in the first semifinals game for the Red King up on top. Looking pretty happy, giving a little bit of a nod. Surveying his new Dominion as the leader in this semifinals event. Admins checking in with the players, looking at their decks real quick just to confirm everything looking good. No graveyard played and no P.E.K.K.A. from either player, so that was legit. Kirito takes the first win 2-1, and we will be going on to the best of 3 second round. Victory going to need to get a victory if he wants to put this thing into a tiebreaker situation to continue contending for the crown. 30,000 Hong Kong dollars for the first place finisher here in the convention center here in Hong Kong, and an opportunity to join the Nova eSports Pro team. So definitely want to move on to the semis, rather from the semis to the finals. The prizes escalate very, very quickly. You know, it's nice to show up and to get a prize for being here, but you want to be the king. All glory to the king. So second game I'm seeing is going to be starting out momentarily. Take a quick look at the decks that we have on screen here. Arrows, great deck choice here for Victory, able to take out the minion horde there on the left side from Kirito, but just enough big bodies by Kirito. And sneaky play getting those bandits onto the towers that he was able to pull off the win there. So well done. Let me check back in with chat real quick and see how things are going over there. Laxa says, should have went with MK. A Mega Knight, huh? Well, with both players playing in the skies, I'm not really sure how that would have gone, especially with Mega Minion and Minions being a pretty good counter to the Mega Knight. Running pretty slowly. Victory had that Ice Golem in his deck just to be able to slow and distract in case he happened to see one. And Giant can do a pretty good job soaking shots for the Mega Knight as well while those flying troops try to take him down. Night Witch a pretty good counter too. She can spawn all the bats that she needs to be able to get the damage in against the Mega Knight. Laxus says, OMG, I did call the P.E.K.K.A. ban. He must have known. Saw it coming from a mile away. Lots of people have been running P.E.K.K.A. to great effect, so I guess it would make sense that you wouldn't want to see one of the best cards getting played if you are a player yourself. It's kind of a bummer to me that these guys aren't able to run the best decks. The decks that they want to play. But at least they can prevent their opponents from running really good ones too, huh? Kirito pumping up in the top. Right by his King Tower. Victory moving in with a big assault on the right side. Lava Hound getting prepped and ready. Minions come down to take out this Battle Ram. Nicely done there. 3 for 4 counter. They'll take a swing onto the tower from that Barbarian, but that's a nice play. Whoa! Big old 3 Muskies coming on in. And Victory, without a big old spell to be able to take those ladies out, is going to be in a lot of trouble. Great swarming effect here. The Lava Hound pops, and we get some pups out of there. But they aren't even able to take out one of those 3 Musketeers. Lightning does strike down, but only gets 1 Musketeer. What? The oops from Victory. He knows that this right side's in a lot of danger right now. Plays the Ice Golem to try to block this bandit and keep things healthy. But that is not going to work at all. Pop, pop, pop. Musketeers take that right side tower down, and the bandit gets a dash on the left side after all. Victory now far behind in just the first minute of play against Kirito, who's pumping up and already at a 1-0 lead in this semifinal game. Kirito, with the Graveyard Band, safe to play the pump, and knows that without P.E.K.K.A. in the arena, those 3 Musketeers had got not too much to worry about from his opponent. All right, defensive Miner kind of waddling on in this left lane. Might get a few chips off against the tower, but the King being activated is going to help take him out. Bats get a little stab onto the tower, but yeah, down to 1637, not a whole lot to worry about here. Kirito wants to block lightnings, though. If there is a big lightning hit from Victory, that could really ruin his day. Battle Ram to try to soak a lightning, but he didn't have enough elixir to play it just yet. Here comes the lightning, strikes the tower, and just one of the Musketeers? I'm confused as to why it's not getting more connection against the Musketeers. misplays by Victory, perhaps, and it's going to cost him a 2-0 lead now for Kirito as we move into double elixir time. 2 pumps down on the top arena means he's got plenty of damage to sit behind and plenty of elixir to play with. Could foreseeably even go for the 3 crown here. And since he's got both of his opponent's arenas towers down, I don't see why he wouldn't go for it. Lava Loon again, asks Laxus. Yes, that is right. Lava Loon and big pushes from Kirito, blocking those lightning strikes. Finally, kind of a clear opportunity here to try to lightning these muskies, but he's not going to go for it. Instead, trying to burn down this left side tower. Distraction for this Inferno Dragon, not quite able to get the lock on there. Finally gets it, but even though he takes 1 tower down, Victory about to lose his king to a 3-0 push from Kirito. Might be able to hold on another 6 seconds. Oh, no, not quite. Can't keep those muskies off the tower. And that is game, fellas. The semifinals, a win for Kirito. 3-1 in this last matchup. And a sweep for the Red King. Very well done. He's going to be moving on to the finals match here in Hong Kong at the 2017 Esports Festival. This tournament graciously hosted by Nova. First place prize is going to be 30,000 Hong Kong dollars and an opportunity to join the pro team for Nova Esports. Very excited for these players to have that opportunity and to show us some of the best decks in the game right now. If you're gearing up for the fall season of CCGS, especially if you've qualified for Stage 2, I hope that you're paying attention to the decks that are being used here today, because they are some of the best out there and can give you a great glimpse as to what is going to be working well in challenges and on the ladder in the days to come. I think we've got another commercial break coming up pretty soon here, but stay tuned because we've got one more semifinals match that's going to be taking place right after this to lead up to find our best 2 players to compete in the finals for that big prize pool. Remember, 45,000 Hong Kong dollars in total to be able to give away today. So stick around in Twitch chat here. Make sure to follow if you want to get more information about other big events that are going to be coming up and chances to join them as well. And over on Twitter, make sure to follow me at Woody_CR and also at the Nova Esports Team Twitter account. I'm sure maybe one of the mods in Twitch chat can get those links for you guys. Very graciously help us out there. Are we going to commercial? Not quite yet. So let's take a look over in Twitch chat and see what's going on here. Laxus is pretty sure Woody's dressed up for a $20 prize. Oh, that's not me, man. That's not a $20 prize. It's a 45,000 Hong Kong dollar prize. And a great trip out here to this beautiful city. I'd never been to Asia at all before, so the opportunity to fly out was something I had to take. And, you know, it was actually the longest flight I've ever been on, too, which would make sense. You know, I flew from Dallas, Texas, all the way across the globe. We flew over the whole continental United States, over Canada, over Saskatchewan, made it over Alaska even, kind of flew along the Russian coast down to the east side there, finally made it over Taiwan, and then kind of swooped in underneath to land at the Hong Kong airport. Pretty decent weather so far, as I mentioned earlier, but it's really hot in the arena here today as we're getting ready for the finals match. We're going to do a quick commercial break and see you for the last semifinals game before our final match in just a moment. Howdy, everyone, and welcome back to the last semifinals match that we're going to have at the Nova Clash Royale tournament here at the 2017 Hong Kong eSports Festival by Cyber Games Arena. Thank you very much for joining me. I am Woody, your host, and we will be having a series of games now, a best-of-3 series, in fact, between our two remaining semifinalists, trying to get an edge over each other to move on to the finals. There's 40,000 Hong Kong dollars at stake for each finalist. So really excited to see how these games play out. Only 3 remain until we find out who the best 2 are in the region and who's going to get a chance to move on to compete on the Nova eSports Pro Team from a first place finish. 30,000 Hong Kong dollars for first place prize. Wow. Very excited for that. Obviously, a great opportunity to be able to play at the global stage. If you win here today, you will move on to many greater, bigger and better things. But lots of hype in the convention center as we are getting ready for our last semifinals match. Thank you very much for tuning in here on Twitch to my own channel. I am Woody the Mortar Mauler, and I would appreciate if you're interested in watching more Clash Royale competitive gameplay, if you drop a follow, turn on notifications so that you know when we go live, and be in here seconds after we start streaming, just like my man Bamo Jammo. I think he's still hanging out in chat. Let me check in with chat real quick to see how things are going on. Yes. The conversion in chat I see from Ultra Dude Storm there is correct. 45,000 Hong Kong dollars is approximately 7,000 United States dollars. Ultra Dude Storm says, who needs a girlfriend when you have a USB? Yo, true, but who also needs a girlfriend when you have a UDS? Ultra Dude Storm. My man in the chat, thanks for hanging out. USB, my life problems have forever been solved. It's great technology. It's great technology, guys. Just get a USB. I mean, you need it. You saw it in the commercials, right? It does great good stuff for your life. And as we said earlier, remember, ladies, don't put papa with your ex. Make sure not to do that. You'll definitely anger your current Cantonese-speaking boyfriend, as I'm led to believe. We didn't have audio for that one, but that's pretty much what it sounded like to me. Bamo Jammo still here in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in and sticking around, dude. The last semifinals, I believe, are going to be between Fat Pang and who did we say won the first one? Was it 24? I believe, is 24 or Quen playing next? Is it 24 or Quen? It's 24, right? So we've got 24 and Fat Pang moving on right now in the semifinals. Fat Pang actually just swept over Military Attack very decisively. So I'm interested to see if he's able to pull off that same sort of victory. 24 with a great, good win over Quen, but it wasn't going for the 3-star the same way that Fat Pang was. Might have just been a flash in the pan or kind of a counter deck situation there. But the semifinals are definitely going to be even more competitive for these guys. The top level of gameplay just gets exponentially more competitive the higher up you go here. Oh, crap. Thank you very much for the kind words in chat there, dude. Lox says, follow Woody, guys. He's very entertaining. Agreed with you on that one, 100%. We even had Enchantin hanging out in here in chat earlier. Enchantin, sorry, not Enchantin. Get that one wrong every time. What other names do I hear wrong all the time here in the Clash Royale world? I get called Waddy a lot, W-O-D-D-Y. All right, 24 and Fat Pang in their chairs, just about ready to go, getting their deck set up. Can we almost see the screen on Fat Pang's side of the arena? Can you see what he's playing? I want to see predictions in chat as to what they're going to be running. Looks like we do have the band cards in here. It's going to be Elixir Collector and Miner banned for these guys. So with the Elixir Collector banned, means that we're less likely to see those big old beatdown decks that the Juice is able to fuel. So Golem, Three Musketeers, a little bit less likely. We have seen Lava Hound decks running Tombstones, so we still may see that instead of a pump-based Lava Hound deck. But would be surprised if we wound up seeing Three Musketeers, especially because Peck has been chopping them up so efficiently recently. 24 looks ready to go, though. He's got his decks all set up. That Pang may be unhappy about the Miner ban. Still kind of scratching his nose, trying to figure out what he's going to play here. What would you guys play if Elixir Collector and Miner did not exist in the game? It's a question that people don't ask themselves very often, but with this card ban format, you got to always be prepared to run something a little bit different than usual. Fat Pang gets the request up in chat. He's ready to go, and 24 just about to accept for this first game in the last semifinals matchup of the Nova Tournament 2017 here at the Convention Center in Hong Kong. Esports Festival by Cyber Games Arena launching in just a moment. We're going to find out who our winner is going to be, who's going to be going up against Kirito in the finals. And here we go. 24 up on top, the Red King. Fat Pang on bottom, the Blue King. Gives it a little good luck. Right at 10 Elixir, Fat Pang starts off with an Ice Golem. And a left side Ice Golem for 24, blocking for a Hog Rider. Whoa, 3 Musketeers pulverizes the Hog Rider. He gets one swing off onto the tower. Poison coming on in for 24 to try to get those Muskies down for the count, but they're still hanging around. Might see a Miner go in on the left side. No, a little bit too short and too late for that. Muskie's taken out and no damage on either tower yet. Ice Golem might march in and get a little snowman hit out the right side. But 24 with a good early hit. Gets the poison and a Hog Rider swing onto the left side tower, bringing it down to 1960. Great year. Bandit out the right side. Goblins a little too early for my taste. Looks like they won't be able to catch this Bandit just in time. And the Dark Prince charging on in here could get a little bit of damage off. Bats explode from the Ice Golem damage. Death damage going in there. And all right, yep, Ewiz not too healthy. Counter-attacking the wrong lane here. Fat Pang blocks with an Ice Golem and sends in a little bit of a counter push now. Never want to waste any elixir when you can turn that juice into a push. Bats not working too well at taking those minions out and kind of having to take that left side minion around for a little bit of a walk. Stabs away to the Hog Rider, and he does not get a single hit on tower. Counterattack on the left side now. It's going to be Bats, Dark Prince, and a Bandit, but Big Mama P.E.K.K.A in the arena, stomping on in to take out that big old Dark Prince. Chops his shield apart, and she'll move in for the counter assault with about 40% health left. Will 24 commit to this push, maybe add in a Hog Rider or something to get value out of this P.E.K.K.A? No, she's just going for a long walk by the beach with this Ice Golem. Nice romantic walk for Big Mama P.E.K.K.A, but she has not yet found the man of her dreams. Keep on searching, Big Mama. I'm sure you'll find him one day. Ewiz gets the zap off against the minions. No damage on that right side tower. 21:56 left. But I think this Bandit's going to get caught up by the Ice Golem. Bats to catch the Hog Rider. Nicely done. Musketeer pops it down too, and this is a big attack coming in from Fat Pang. Splits up the ladies. 2 going down the right lane. That's his preferred lane of attack, but he's going to split up his attack after all. He's got the Dark Prince and minions going in the left side to catch this Ewiz. Log in a Ice Golem. Great play by 24. Very elixir-efficient counter, but he did roll that Musketeer out of range. She gets a shut off into the right side. Brings it down to 16-28. Goblins marching on through, and the split push from 24 is trying to connect here. We do get a nice little poison effect on that tower and on the Musketeer. One swing from the Hog Rider, and that is value for 24. He's actually got that left side down already to hit half hit points. P.E.K.K.A chops through the Musketeers. And I'm just very surprised to see 3 Musketeers getting played in this time. I think that it speaks very well to 24's ability to manage elixir, especially knowing that there's no elixir collector in his opponent's hand to be able to juice up for those ladies. Left side already down to triple digits now, and 24 trying to counter push this left side lane. He's got 2 snowmen in front of a Dark Prince and a Bandit, but P.E.K.K.A gets the catch. No charge damage onto the tower, and even though that's a lot of flying troops swarming on here, the Ewiz is going to be able to take them all out. Snowman, indomitable, gets a hit off onto the tower, but this right side is going to be the main field of play now for Fat Pang, trying to keep the troops off the left side of the arena. Even though he's got the bigger deck, he's been forced to try to play the wrong lane. Doesn't want his opponent to get any more Hog Rider hits off the left side, but that's actually a really good Bandit hit. Brings it down to triple digits, and Fat Pang is back in it again. Bandit gets the dash off onto the Ewiz. There you go, and the counterattack is going to be good. Bandit getting the Ice Golem to block for him, moving in on the left side with minions flying up top. We need an Ewiz in here to stop these minions. One connects with the tower, getting several swings off, brings it down to 340, 270, 186 hit points. No spell in Fat Pig's deck, though. He's going to have to defend against this Hog Rider. No! Hog Rider swings are going to take it down. Poison for the last-ditch effort. Finishes that tower off, and even though he was brought way far down, no spell in his opponent's deck to be able to take that left side tower off. 24 gets the win. A 1-0. Playing Hog Rider against the 3 Musketeers. Take a quick look at these decks here right now. It was a hard sell to get 3 Musketeers to connect that hard, but 24 kept them off the tower and played very, very well with his P.E.K.K.A control deck, utilizing that Hog Rider to just get a swing or 2 in there whenever he could. You know, you don't have to get a whole lot of damage from each play. of the Hog Rider, especially when you're able to add on poison damage as well to supplement. Little bit, chip by chip, gets the job done. Keeping those big pushes up the left side tower. And pretty much the whole game was played on the left side. We saw little bits of chippy damage coming in the left and right sides at all times, especially with 3 Musketeers. Fat Peng was trying to get play to happen over on the right side, but no dice, not having any of it. 24 with great elixir-efficient counters, rolling logs through, blocking with ice golems. Pretty much all the big action happened at the left, and you saw it finish off there with a win for the Hog Rider player. I guess people aren't too happy in chat. I see not like this going down, but I think that was really well played. Great game to both of these guys. 24 studying his next deck, trying to figure out what he wants to play. Fat Peng in the same position here. I wonder if he's going to switch out of 3 Musketeers. I don't really think that's a good call, especially since you're not able to run either Miner or Elixir Collector, which both work really well with 3 Musketeers decks. 24 certainly finessed it there and got the victory. Well deserved. Almost got the finishing blow there, but Fat Peng, without any big spells to take that left side tower out, could not get the final attack in there. No Miner to get little reliable chip damage either. You gotta make it all the way to the tower. And when the deck just doesn't have enough firepower to drill in against a P.E.K.K.A., one of the heaviest, hardest hitting units in the game, you gotta ask yourself, what can you do there? I think that the split push was what Fat Peng needed, but he just never had enough elixir to supplement with a tank out on the right side. So he kept splitting his attacks up, trying to distract and get 24 to play on both sides of the map. But really cheap counters and really effective uses of the log of all things to take out Musketeers was what got him the win there. So 24 with the Princess now. Might foreseeably be playing a log bait type deck here. Dark Prince Ascendant in this tournament. Connects with the Ice Golem. Looks like he might get taken down by the Dark Goblin and Princess before he gets a shot off, though. Ewiz finds his way to the Goblin gang, but the Princess gets the finishing kill. Advantage here for 24 as he tries to get something to connect on this left side. A few stabs from the Spear Goblins, rather. And he catches the Bandit with a Hog Rider. She's not going to go down, though. And I think that was a misplay from 24. Gets a little bit of a connection out the left side, but he's facing a pretty big attack coming on the left. Dark Prince soaking shots for the tower as the Bats managed to get a few swings in there. And a Bandit, uncountered by 24, connects with this right side very hard. Tower down to 1094 in the first minute of play. Great move by Fat Peng there. Punishing hard his opponent's little bit of investment on the left side to try to get damage with that Hog Rider. That push absolutely stonewalled. Bats on the bridge. Might get a stab at the tower, but not too much of a commitment. Nope, didn't even get a single hit off. Good 0 for 2 trade in 24's favor. All right, Hog soaking hits for the Goblin barrel. Stabbing it down hard at that right side. Finally, we see some bats coming on in, but that E was at the left side for Fat Peng, offering hardly no value at all. Dark Prince and Bats stopped short, and 24 has turned this thing around, man. He took a hard hit out the right lane, and he's taking damage on the left side tower. Not going to be in a very good position to go for the 2-1 here. But if he manages to hold on to his right side, it can just chip away like what this Princess is doing right now. That is going to be a great opportunity to claim the win. Bandit does take the Inferno Tower down, but doesn't get the dash onto the tower. Missing that is worth a lot. But wow, he sends all 3 Goblins into the back side of the tower, caught perfectly by the Dark Prince. Would have much preferred to see a spread out play there with his Dark Goblins. And it's a big attack coming to the right side. Lightning's going to hit the Inferno Tower, and that P.E.K.K.A. is still quite healthy. He's going to chop it apart. Distracted by the Goblin gang and out the back. She can't quite make it to the tower, but the Dark Prince gets the job done. And he's once again traveling back across the bridge. Fat Peng getting so much value on these defensive troops, running all around the arena, knocking out attacks and going back to get more damage in. Lightning and Fat Peng's hanging is going to be very useful here, but can he keep this barrel off? The barrel comes in straight away. Bats and Dark Prince get the job done. One swing from the Hog Rider? No, not even that. Fat Peng going for a huge counterattack now, trying to tie this series up 1-1. Can we get rid of this Lightning? Yes, gets rid of the Inferno Tower, and one more hit on the right side will get the job done. There you go. Fat Peng claims victory in this game, 1-0 over 24. This best of 3 series now going to be tied up Two of the best players in the region have got to go to a tiebreaker now to figure out who's going to get to go on to the finals. Elixir Collector and Minor Band, this is an absolutely extremely close matchup. But very well played to Fat Peng there. Turned things around and turned him back again. 24, almost got that right side tower down. But I think that the Goblin Barrels played a little bit too close to each other, kind of stacked up. Allowed Fat Peng to take them all down with a single Dark Prince hit. Zaps keeping damage off the tower too by weakening and stunning those goblins just long enough for the bats to be able to take them out. 24 definitely pulling ahead in the early game, but not able to keep the pressure up long enough. Fat Peng gets the win, and we have a 1-1 draw now as we look for this next line of attack in the tiebreaker. Infinity, you don't like my shirt? Is it playing with the camera? Is that why? Is it not good? Does it like make a little weird pattern or something? I can kind of see it coming out. Maybe I'll just button up, get real nice and toasty in here, wearing just the jacket next time. Let me check back in with chat real quick and see how things are going on. Dubstep Hero says when you're playing 11-2 in a challenge and you don't remember how much cap does and you overcommit and lose by 1 hit point. Yo, that's straight up your fault, though. Nothing to be said about that. That does feel bad, man. But yeah, the switch between ladder and tournament standard. Oh, it tests your ability to get those numbers memorized, doesn't it? The last semifinal game here at the Hong Kong eSports Festival 2017 Nova Clash Royale Tournament. Now starting up this best-of-3 series, a tie right now between Fat Peng and 24. Who's going to be moving on to the finals for a chance to win 30,000 Hong Kong dollars and an opportunity to be signed by the Nova eSports Pro Team. One more game stands between these two players and a finalist spot. Elixir Collector and Miner have been banned. Here we're going to start off with a Goblin Barrel off the left side by 24. Great catch by Fat Peng. The minions and Zap able to take those guys out without a single hit landing on the tower. Defensive Princess finishes off the minions. Marching down the left lane. Do we have a log maybe? No, Dark Prince once again making another appearance here. I really would like to see a Bandit. There we go. Bandit dashes onto the Dark Goblin. Caught by the Knight on the back end, but he's going down. Dark Prince finishes him off in the E-Wiz. Unsupported out this left lane. It's going to go over for the counterattack now. 24 catches him with a Goblin Gang, but that still is a couple zaps on the left side tower there. Zap as well from Fat Peng to finish off that gang and give that E-Wiz another chance to zap the tower. Brings it down to 23-34. Advantage now for Fat Peng in terms of damage. Relatively even on Elixir count so far. Actually, I think 24 might have 2 or 3 more drops of Elixir. He plays the Princess in the back right side. Wants to split up Fat Peng's pushes. He's got a great swarm deck here with the Goblin Gang, Goblin Barrel, trying to stab at left and right without allowing Fat Peng to build up any side. Good defensive Inferno Tower there. Does catch the Dark Prince and Bandit marching on through. Minions might get a stab out here at the left side. Yeah, 2 of them. Bringing it down to 21-66. Bit by bit, Fat Peng pulls ahead. Just about to reach double elixir time here. Quick attack out the right side. It's going to be a Hog Rider soaking shots for the Goblin Barrel. Big Mama P.E.K.K.A. is going to be able to take that Hog Rider out, but not before the Goblins deal 1,000 damage to the right side tower. Great connection here for 24 as he tries to switch lanes on Fat Peng and get him off balance. P.E.K.K.A. getting burned up by the Inferno Tower. Do we have a zap from Fat Peng? No, a lightning. That'll get the job done, though. Got to keep this Bandit off the tower. She goes down. And this push has been dealt with very well. 24, counterattacking once again out the right side. Barrel this time soaking for the Dark Goblin. It reaches, can't connect to the tower, though, going after his minions instead. Down to 13-16 at that right side. Fat Peng forced to switch lanes. He's going to keep playing that right side. Hog Rider to soak a charge from a Dark Prince? No damage in the right side lane. This push is building up pretty quickly. Princess has gotten a lot of chip damage off into the attack. Log rolling through, and I think that she might actually be safe here. E-Wiz going to get a zap off onto the right side tower. No, caught by Goblin Gang. But Fat Peng building up for his next big push. Suffers one little stab there from a Goblin. Switching up lanes now. 24 sends in a Hog Rider. Goblin Gang push out the left side. Stabbing him down with a Dark Prince and a zap combo. That left side's already down to triple digits. What is going on? Fat Peng can't keep it off the tower and down to 440 now. That tower is in a lot of damage. Split push prevents Fat Peng from being able to support that P.E.K.K.A. and she gets burnt up by the Inferno Tower. Biggest connection so far in the game for Pat Pang, hitting that left side tower with the Dark Prince. But the Princess log combo brings it down to 204. One more little hit from a barrel will get the job done, but can he keep this Dark Prince bandit off the tower? Looks like the Knights can be able to chop through that bandit. Defensive Dark Goblin and the gang get the job done, holding on. 10:43 on that left side tower. He just has to get a little bit more at the left side. Minions catch the barrel, but not putting it. The stabs off. 24 is going to the finals. There you go, a 1-0 win in this game, and he has a 2-1 in this best of 3 series. Congratulations to 24. We are going to see more of him in the 30,000 Hong Kong dollar grand prize finals, taking place very soon. Well played. I thought he was going for the right side tower the whole time. I'm pretty sure Fat Pang did too. But splitting his damage up, going for both lanes, and applying consistent pressure to opposite sides really punished the lack of a log in his opponent's hand. Zap not able to take care of those goblins in time, especially when the Hog Rider's soaking shots from the tower, or you have a Dark Goblin in the back end to be able to get a little bit more chip damage in there. Really forced his opponent to not be able to play one lane the way he wanted to, especially when you're trying to use Dark Prince or minions to take out the Goblin Barrel. They can do a lot of damage to one little troop at a time, but because they're all split up, the Dark Prince never gets to use the splash damage to his effect, and the minions kind of all clumped on one Goblin, never got an opportunity to take him down. We're going to go to a quick commercial break before we have the grand finals of this tournament. Hope that you'll stick around and see how this thing shakes out. See you soon. Howdy, everyone, and welcome back to the Nova eSports Clash Royale Tournament 2017. We are going straight now to the finals. 8 players here today have done an amazing job trying to make it here, but only 2 remain. 24 and Kirito are going to have a final chance to win the biggest share of that 45,000 Hong Kong dollar prize pool. 30,000 available for the first place finish. 10,000 not too shabby for second place. But first place also gets an opportunity to be signed as a contracted pro player for the Nova eSports team. Good luck to both of these guys. I'm really looking forward to see what kind of decks that they run. I think it should be some amazing competition. Hope that you guys are getting ready over there in chat. Let me check back in with you real quick and see what you're saying about the competition. I know that there's a lot of hype around this in the convention center and also back at home. So let's see what you have to say. Welcome back, Woody. Thank you very much, Bamo Jam. I appreciate that, dude. The commercials are done with, and we are ready to go. For those of you who are asking in chat, we had a 45,000 Hong Kong dollar total prize pool. I believe that 5K of that went to the semifinalists, and the remainder is going to the guys who are up there right now. The 2 folks down on the center stage, I think that you can see them in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. The 2 last remaining gentlemen repping Nova eSports team, looking for that big prize. So, let me see what's going on in chat. You guys are having a good time. My friends over here, the Chinese commentators, also getting hyped up, ready to go. Are we going to see some more P.E.K.K.A play, Logbait, Hog Rider? I think that those have been the favorites among our top competitive players here so far. Just seeing which cards they choose to ban will be very instructive to learn about how this match is going to be shaping up. I know that actually some of the players who were competing here earlier today were not only competing in the Nova eSports tournament, but I believe Yaya, who was here a couple of days ago when he was in the exhibition match against Octane. Yaya is actually competing in the Chinese bracket for CCGS in Stage 2 right now, so good luck to him. And to everyone else out there who is trying to get into Stage 3, very exciting opportunity to be in the top 16 for the region by moving on to Stage 3. Competing in that 20-win challenge was no easy feat, and everyone who managed to make it to the top definitely deserves all the credit. King Ryan says, Woody, you're sweating, man. No, I'm actually not sweating. It's just a little shiny in the arena here. I got a nice big bright light to keep everything lit up and looking good. Iron Marrow says 45,000 Hong Kong dollars is like 6,000 USD. I believe it's actually around 7 or 8. The conversion rate is like something like 7.5 Hong Kong dollars to 1 United States dollar. But King Ryan says, looking good. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Howdy, 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 and everyone who's been tuning in on Twitch chat. Hope that you'll follow the stream here and turn on notifications so that you can know when we go live with some of the most competitive Clash Royale content out there. Hope you've been enjoying what we have so far and are looking forward to this final match. The guys are down there building their decks up right now. It looks like one of them's ready to go. The other one's still kind of swiveling around in his chair, hoping to be able to counter deck his opponent, get something, caught off guard. Someone caught off guard. Yeah, and I see up there on the screen, the match is now getting underway. So let's switch the overlay over and take a look at this game as it is just about to launch between Kirito and 24. We see that Balloon and P.E.K.K.A have been banned from competition in this. So P.E.K.K.A ban is not quite too surprising. One of the most popular big heavyweight cards, has been performing very, very well in tournaments and on ladder, especially even earlier today. And the Balloon is kind of the new age bridge spam type card. You send him in and you can get a lot of damage off in a very quick fashion. So the first attack from 24 is going to be a barrel landing over on the right side. The Goblins making a few stabs. Could have 400 damage total peeled off the right side tower. Counter attack from Kirito. Bandit didn't manage to reach the tower. Good defensive knight there. Gets the 3-for-3 trade done. As 24 are moving in with this log bait deck. Playing the Goblin Gang. Takes a little bit of splash over to the right side, but he's going to continue playing that same lane. Happy to see Log out of his opponent's hand. Poison getting the 4-for-3 trade onto that right side tower, taking the Princess out, but there might not be a hard counter for this barrel. Whoa, that's a great play by Kirito. Had enough elixir to play the E-Wiz with Goblins out in front. No stabs onto the tower, and it's going to be going in for a counterattack now. Nice little hit from that Goblin, not distracted by the Knight. Manages to get a stab off onto the right side, brings it down to 1897. E-Wiz, for his part, gets the job done over there, but I think that the split push here is not looking too good for 24. Tower's going to take out the Knight. Soaks the splash from the Ice Spirit, but that's not too much to have to worry about. Was that just a defensive Goblin barrel? that 24 played out the left lane? Might have been a misplay there, but it looks like the miner does connect the Princess. Good job there by Kirito taking her out. And 24 now pushing the wrong lane down the left side at the bridge with the Knight. Looks like Ewis is going to catch him and be able to take him out without too much trouble. Just about to get into double elixir time here in the finals for this Nova Clash Royale tournament. Kirito and 24 have run the gauntlet against some amazing competitors to make it here. Bandit out the right side, caught by the Goblin Gang. Log out of his opponent's hand, not really able to take advantage of that great defensive spell. Poison just ticking away at the right side tower. Kirito has soaked damage on both lanes, but has been able to focus most of his attacks out to the right side. A little bit of a tricky Goblin Barrel there. Manages to get caught by Kirito. Well done. Log rolls through a little bit further behind, catching all the goblins there. Bandit dashing in, gets caught by this Goblin Gang. And it looks like they'll be able to get the job done against the mini-pack as well. But out back, the miner chipping away. Not able to keep this miner. Whoa. Hold on. We got a huge rocket land out the right side. Doesn't catch the Ewis, but that's a lot of guaranteed damage for 24. That might be his preferred line of attack as he tries to move in double elixir time to get some more guaranteed shots off on the right side. But a poison to take care of the Princess, looking beautiful. Kirito has gotten his opponent now down into the triple digits. Bats chipping away at the Knight. He's not going to have too much of a counter push to go for here, is he? Whoa, that's a rocket barrel. That's a rocket barrel. Check out the barrel inside that rocket. Log rolls through one of the goblins, but can't quite get both of them. That's a stab off into the tower. 24 brings his opponent down to the triple digits, but the Goblin Gang can't stop all this push, can it? Wow, very well done. Actually manages to get quite a bit of it, but the Ewis connecting onto the right side tower as the poison brings that tower down to 429. It's not done yet, folks. Log rolls through a little bit too late. The Goblins get the stab. 3 out of 661. Not quite within rocket range, but things are looking up for 24. Trying to get the kill here. Princess too slow, not connecting to the tower, and Kirito's defense will hold up just a little bit longer. Counterattack moving in the right side. Misses one of the goblins from the barrel, but the Knight does catch that bandit. Poison onto the right side along with this miner. Should be able to finish things off. I think that's going to be enough. There it goes. Kirito gets the win. Rocket, even if it landed at it early enough, would not have been enough to take that tower down. And Kirito with the 1-0 lead in the finals. Great job there. Miner poison deck. Royale against 24's log bait. No Hog Rider in this log bait variant. That was a popular option earlier on in the tournament, but it's looking like he's going for a more classic approach, just cycling rockets onto his opponent's tower, trying to get goblins to stab whenever they get a shot. But that log selection by Kirito was absolutely crucial. Log, obviously a much better option against the goblins streaming in from 24 than Zap would have been. Even though it's useful against the bats, can't quite finish off the goblins. And so that tech choice, very good by Kirito. Poisoning the tower very reliably. 4 for 3 damage trade against the Princess, earning 240 spell damage off onto the tower every time he did it. He was able to concentrate all his damage onto the right side, where 24 was forced to split up quite a few times, getting chip damage off onto the left and the right side. Kirito soaked it when he could, using his tower damage as a resource to build up for even bigger attacks. And though he never really seemed to get any one killer hit in, just chipping away with poison time after time, getting miners to connect in the back end. 24 not really getting the good reads that he needed there with the Knight to catch them. It was a clear victory for Kirito toward the end. Rocket being thrown by 24 with futility. Not enough to take the tower down. Hopping into the second game now, Kirito and 24. Let me ask production in a second quick. Is this best of 3 or best of 5? Best of 5. All right, so production has just told me that we actually do have a best of 5 match for the grand finals here to determine who's going to walk home with that $30,000 prize pool, 30,000 Hong Kong dollars, and the opportunity to join the Nova eSports Pro Team. Nice attack out the left lane, adds the bandit on. Kirito looking to try to get some value out of these minions, but they're not going to be able to connect. Bats flying in a little bit too soon to get the ice skull and blocking, and Frosty the Snowman there looks like he's going to explode before even reaching the tower. Just a tiny little bit of chip out the left side for 24 onto Kirito's tower. Not going to soak this miner. Chooses to play the E-Wiz there. It does get fireball down, though. And if Kirito's got a zap or a log, he'll be able to take that thing out pretty easy. Lickety split, quick attack coming in from 24, though. Gets the Hog Rider on the tower. Log rolls through him, but the Hog gets 2 swings, maybe even a third one. There it goes, bringing it down to 16:08. Nice counterattack. Kirito trying to come back now with a bandit play, but nuh-uh. Caught by Goblins and a mini packet to chop things down. Looks like the bats are not going to be quite enough to deal with these minions, but the counterattack has been stopped there at the bridge, and Kirito and 24 are both looking relatively even here. 24 with the lead now in tower damage and doing quite well on Elixir, trying to tie things up against his very well-qualified opponent, Kirito, up on top, playing Minor Fireball. Not running the poison this time. Kind of an interesting tech switch there. I think he was getting quite a bit of value out of the poison, so why he switched to Fireball remains to be seen. Maybe he was expecting Three Musketeers or something coming out here. The hole in the zap, not enough to take out the minions. Miner soaking for them, and they're reaching the tower. Tons of damage getting peeled off that right side. Minions do connect, and are they going to be able to take that tower down to half health? Yes, they can. Down to 1162 to be exact. But the counterattack at the left from Kirito's looking pretty healthy. Kirito soaks a lightning hit, taking out that E-Wiz, and the Witch, Night Witch to be specific, is a little bit too slow to finish off that Hog Rider hit. Down to 470 now. That lightning log, or rather lightning zap combo from 24 should be enough to take this thing down in the next 34 seconds. Let's see if the spell cycle's good, or if 24 is going to soak enough damage out the right side to lose it. Whoa, Fireball pre-fired onto the right side tower. Does bring it down to 740. He's getting close, but I don't know if he's going to be able to take this tower all the way down. Nice zap play by 24. Hits all the minion horde there, but down to 406. It's still just a little bit short of Lightning being able to finish this thing off. 24 with a good defense out there on the Ice Golem. Moving in on the right side. His chance to attack. Miner connects, but that can't finish the tower off. Mini P.E.K.K.A chops it down. 24 looking for the final blow. Getting that Elixir juiced up. Sends in the zap. And the Lightning to get the kill. 24 wins the second game in this grand finals, tying the series up against Kirito, running a lightning fast Hog Rider deck. 1-0 victory over Kirito. Still at 549 damage left on his tower. Relatively healthy. Let's take a look at those decks one more time. Kirito running a legendary heavy deck. E-Wiz, Night Witch, Log, Miner, Bandit, with minions to support. Couldn't get the job done against 24. Interesting that 24 didn't really have a mid-range spell there. No Fireball, no Poison, no arrows even to deal with all the minions that Kirito was throwing out. And yet Bats, Zap, Ice Golem, and E-Wiz were enough to keep those big aerial attacks from taking that right side tower down. It went pretty low, but that tower stood up. Well done to 24 on defense. And nice spell cycle there toward the end to finish the tower off. Tied up now, 1-1. Kirito and 24 going back to the drawing board, figuring out which decks they want to switch up to for this next game. Let me check back in with chat and see how you guys are doing over on Twitch. Dubstep Hero had to step out. Thank you very much for tuning in to watch the games, dude. We have a 1-1 now. Lots of cheering for Kirito in chat. Happy to see his fans from Hong Kong here showing some love for their favorite son. The Hong Kong eSports Festival 2017 are gracious hosts in this beautiful convention center for the Nova tournament by Cyber Games Arena. Kirito and 24 in the grand finals now. Total prize pool of 45,000 Hong Kong dollars, but the greatest share of that goes to our champion. 30K available for him and an opportunity to join the Nova eSports Pro Team. 24 and Kirito are the last two men standing in this great competition. Taking a look back at the other competitors that we had earlier today, let me give a shout out real quick to Misty Orb, KT, Victory, Quen, Military Attack, and Fat Peng, each in their own right, performing very well, but not quite able to make it to the final stage here today. Kirito and 24 dominating in their competition so far, but they have met their match in each other. The game now underway. Let's see which decks these players chose to try to pull ahead in this third game of the best of 5 series. Cycle through an Ice Spirit. Little 1 elixir spend there, and gonna get caught by Frosty the Snowman. Ice Golem out the right side. Bat, not a good counter to the Ice Golem, and Kirito's feeling confident enough to pump up now. Feeling like there's no attack coming in. Whoa, we got an Expo out the left side trying to punish this pump. Can we get enough defense in here to keep this ground-based attack from tearing this Expo apart? Lots of chip damage from the Miner. Dash in there from the Bandit means that Expo is no more. Fantastic catch with this Ice Golem, and I think it's going to be able to deal with the bats as well. Kirito far ahead now. A thanks and an oops from 24, and he is reeling from that last hit. No damage on either of his towers yet, but Kirito has got not one, but 2 pumps on opposite sides of the arena. Man, if I had poison right here, I'd probably just straight up poison both of those pumps. The Expo, not too worried about the pumps back there or activating the King Tower. Just super solid responses by Kirito each time. He's got so much elixir now, there's no way that he's going to lose this game. I put 10-1 money on Kirito right now. Ice Golem Battle Ram out the right side. He's going to choose to make a little bit of an attack here. Soaking for the Inferno Tower, crashing in with the Battle Ram now. 24 running low on elixir to defend. But he gets the job done. Looking pretty clean here with the Ice Golem to catch these bats. Kirito says, fine, whatever. I could play the long game, man. Let's pump up again in the back left. Haven't seen any spells yet from 24. He's got 2 cards left in his deck, and now seems like a pretty good time to throw a fireball or something at that left side tower if he's got it. 3 musky split from Kirito, and defensive Expo from 24. No tank yet for either lane. Here we go. Bandit on the left side, and a Miner to support. Fireball lands, but that Musketeer is still alive. Expo finally finishes it off. Defensive Expo gets quite a bit of value there. Kirito ready to pump up yet again, though. There it goes on the right side. Interesting decision from 24 to not send in the fireball. But here we go. Defensive Ice Golem for Kirito to start soaking some hits. Need to get rid of this Ice Golem, though. Great timing. Bandit is able to hit and get the dash in on the Ice Golem there. And it looks like not too much of a threat to defend. Whoa, hold on. We got actually an Ice Golem to soak that Bandit shot. 3 Muskies coming on in hot, but they're not enough. Oh, man, barely Fireball able to take them out. Interesting. I don't know if you noticed this or not. The Fireball actually jumped the Muskie over the river. And Kirito now with 3 Elixir Collectors on his side has got so much juice. He's happy to make this a long game. Miner in the back corner is able to get this Expo way far down, and the Bandit Dash finishes it off. Once again, Kirito with amazing defense is going to start building up another big push. Centered 3 Musketeers here, 2 going down the right lane. They get fireballed. No damage out the right side, but a big left side push is coming on in. Battle Ram to soak for this Inferno Tower. Mega Minion going to get a lot of value flying up top, and the bats are looking to make a connection against these troops out back. But the Miner consistently getting damage on that left side tower, just chip it away. Kirito, even though he's not connecting in a big way, has just been able to drill in on that left side just long enough to be able to get the job done. Down to 11:58 now. He's making another push on the left side. Ice Golem blocking for some bats. Battle Ram, Night Witch, Bandit, Miter. There's so many troops for Kirito's side. How can this push be stopped? Can't be done. Battle Ram Barbs now connecting with the tower, chopping it down, and there it goes. Tower falls, and Kirito with the 1-0 win in this game now is up 2-1 against 24. The match game will be starting momentarily. Kirito looking to seal the deal and claim another victory against 24 to walk away the champion. This could be the very last game of the entire tournament. Take a look at these decks one more time. Kirito running 3 Musketeers, Elixir Collector. Got a great drop in against 24, running a much slower siege-based deck. Nice options here for 24 to deal with a lot of ground-based pushes. Mega Minion, bats, the log, drilling through most of the smaller attacks that a log bait deck would have been able to put together, but not quite able to deal a finishing blow against Kirito, running Battle Ram, super beefy ground-based push to block for Night Witch, and 3 Musketeers able to build up for a huge assault on both ground and air. Miner in the back actually getting quite a bit of chip damage in there for Kirito. Super valuable. Hard to block, especially when you don't really have any ground troops at all. 24 running the Ice Golem to try to soak a few hits. But it's really difficult to catch a Miner with an Ice Golem. And even if you get the freeze from the Ice Spirit, you got to get something to finish him off. Bats can do a good job of that, but 24 just never able to build up big enough attacks to connect against Kirito. Request for the next game is now in clan chat. Let's see how these guys are going to do it. Remember, this could be the very last game of the entire tournament if Kirito gets the win here. 24 with an angry face, looking for revenge. Wants to tie this thing up. But a great tech choice by Kirito running 3 Musketeers. Pekka is out of the game, and since he's able to pump up for an elixir advantage, that's what he's going to try to do once again. 24 splitting his attack up. Ice Golem down the right lane, while the Bandit Miner connection looking pretty decent here. Poison is a great option to get some pumping out of the elixir collector there, and also manages to connect with the Night Witch. Doesn't finish her off, though, and this could be a dangerous push on the left lane. Ewiz to defend, but the Battle Ram Bandit Night Witch combo is looking deadly. Nice catch with that Ice Golem, but still quite a bit of damage coming on in. 24, we need something else, man. Zap looking good, but not enough to finish off the Bandit. She gets the dash onto the tower, and that thing is going down. Over 1,000 hit points peeled off the left lane. Kirito pulls ahead against 24. Frustrated, but not out. 24 looking like he's down. A few drops of elixir seized. Kirito's pump-up action. Going to send in the Miner Bats. Loses one of his bats to the tower, and we'll lose the rest of them to this Ice Golem plant in the center. But a fantastic Miner. Got quite a few swings off against the pump there. I think that was probably a positive elixir trade for 24. He's got to look out for the 3 Muskies coming on in, though. He does run Poison Zap, so that's a great way to be able to deal with him. Will it be enough? Here we're about to see 1 Muskie and a Night Witch moving down the left side lane. Ice Golem behind the Ewiz to try to catch, but the mini Pekka out the right side. Great defensive choice by 24 here, is able to get the job done. Bats up top to distract and try to finish off this Musketeer, but not getting there quickly enough. Zap finishing them off. Great tech option here from Kirito to get rid of those flying monkeys. We've seen all 8 of 24's cards, and not a very good hard counter to 3 Musketeers. Mini Pekka can do pretty well in the single elixir time, but as we move into double, Kirito's pushes are just going to be getting bigger and bigger. Reliable poison damage out the left side finishes off the Night Witch, but the Miner doesn't get a chance to get to stab at the tower. Kirito reaches 24. He's going to Ewiz in the back left, but this could be the final push of the game. Right side's going to see a Battle Ram and 2 Musketeers. Defensive Mini Pekka is way far back for some reason. Can't get that Battle Ram down, and in the meantime, Bandit and a Miner on the left side tower trying to reach the damage. 600 left on the left side. Kirito continues to just stomp all over 24's left side tower. No elixir collector to pump up, but death damage from the Ice Golem is as good as any damage. Splitting up once again. 24 has got to go on the counterattack. He's got to make this left side push happen. Sends in the Bandit. Miner connects with the tower to soak some damage. Muskie going down. Nice counter with bats out the right side, but that's going to be damage on the right side tower for sure. Muskie connects, and it's going to get quite a few pop shots off, but Kirito will still drill in on the left side. Mini Pekka catches the Bandit, and it's an Ewiz to reset the targeting of the Miner down to 491. Not looking too healthy, but 24 has still got a chance here. Miner poison out the left side. It's very reliable damage. Mini Pekka trying to make its way in. Going to be able to kill this Night Witch. There you go. He actually might pull it off. 404 on the left side with a Bandit and an Ewiz marching down the lane. Bandits dash onto each other with a zap, ending in Kirito's favor. Nothing to counter these bats up top, though. Ewiz on the back, trying to force the reset of this Miter, but he can't get it all the way down. Nice catch by Kirito. A Night Witch to soak for this Miner. Poisoning the tower down. It's just one more poison cycle, and 24 could claim victory here, but a hard defensive option. Zap takes out those bats. He might do it. We need a defensive Ewiz. There you go. He's done it. 24 pulling this thing around. 30 hit points left to take off his opponent's left side tower, and he'll win the game. Can he get it done? Mini Pekka to defend. Bandit dashing in. No! Why did you zap on defense? Your opponent's tower's at 30 hit points. 24, what are you doing? One more hit off the left side, that'll do it. Oh my God, I can't believe it. He's done it. 24 ties up this best of 5 series. 2-2 draw right now. What are we witnessing? Kirito and 24 making Clash Royale history in a fantastically close 2-2 best of 5 series in the grand finals for Nova's Clash Royale tournament here at the eSports Festival 2017 in Hong Kong by Cyber Games Arena. Look at these decks one more time. Kirito getting so much damage off against 24. He undeniably got more damage off, but couldn't get a tower down. 24 budgeting his resources absolutely perfectly within zap range at the end. Didn't allow Kirito the opportunity to finish that thing off. He's tried to send in the Miner. That's about as reliable as any damage can get, but patient and cool. I think my heart is racing probably faster than theirs are. I don't know if they're just in a Zen mindset or what they're able to do to be able to pull off those wins. But they're already ready to jump into the grand final 2-2 tiebreaker match for this best-of-5 series. So much on the line here. 30,000 Hong Kong dollars for first place and an opportunity to join the Nova eSports Pro Team. 10,000 for second place. You're coming in close, but that's a 20,000 Hong Kong dollar prize difference and a contract with Nova. Cracking his neck, 24. Ready to make this reverse sweep happen. Kirito, equally cool. Knows you don't get 2 wins without having a trick up your sleeve somewhere. They're both waiting it out. Neither one willing to surrender a single drop of elixir or point of damage to their opponents. Kirito laser focused, 24, kind of bobbing around. Both emoting at each other. So much on the line for this game, guys. I'm like panting with anticipation, waiting for these guys to make the first move. Who's going to do it? Place your bets in chat right now. Do we have Kirito or 24 playing the first card? Oh, man. Naruto is asking if we've seen the Broken Mega Knight yet. No, we actually haven't seen a whole lot of Mega Knight. I think thanks to the popularity of P.E.K.K.A. But with P.E.K.K.A. banned in this round here, we might actually wind up seeing Mega Knight at some point. Kirito and 24. Both players getting tons of confetti on their side of the arena. And neither one wanting to play in the first couple of minutes. This very likely means that both of them are running very heavy beatdown decks. The cheaper deck usually does better in the first couple of minutes, trying to take a tower down before their opponent can build up a big push. But the fact that they're both waiting and neither have played a single card means that in this best-of-5 grand finals, they're all putting it on the line. You need 70 seconds to take advantage of an elixir collector. And with this first attack, 24 is moving far ahead. Defensive miner, not a good option at all for 24. And with the poison on his pump, he only gets one little bit of juice out of that attack. 24, with a very light chippy attack, has actually done 900 damage at the left side. It's going to be moving in again. Ice Golem soaking for this Hog Rider. Poison goes down to try to get rid of these Muskies. They're going to get several shots off. The zap will be enough to finish them off. And Kirito reeling down to 594 hit points now. Needs to drill in on this right side hard. Goblins catch the bandit, and that thing is going nowhere. Iwa to stun and zap the miner. 24 is pulling far ahead now. Spell Cycle could get the job done. Hog Rider connects the left side, and Kirito is done. Offers the good game. No way to stop this Hog Rider, and I believe we are about to have a new champion. Poison and zap on the right. Finishes off the push. 24 gets it done. Takes his headphones off and stands up the champion of the Nova 2017. 24. Shaking hands and with a huge smile on his face, your Nova eSports Clash Royale Tournament 2017 has got a winner. Look at that. 30,000 Hong Kong dollars going to that first place prize and an opportunity to join the Nova eSports team. I think we have seen a new king enter the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see how he performs in CCGS and in tournaments to come. The region has definitely got a new champion, and although he did a great job, his opponent, Kirito, is not going to be moving on. We'll claim a $10,000 consolation prize, 10,000 Hong Kong dollars. Very, very worth mentioning, and great job to him. But a 3-2 finish couldn't be any closer with that laser thin margin, especially in Game 4. It is hard to imagine that being any more exciting. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch this tournament. Big thanks to all the admins and the production team who helped make this event such a great success. And especially big thanks to Nova eSports for putting this tournament together and for inviting me out here to Hong Kong to be able to broadcast for all of you. I hope that you enjoyed this event. And if you did, make sure to follow and share with everyone on Twitter how awesome these last few games with. We're going to put our minds together to try to get this broadcast up and available for all of you to watch later. So if you're watching the broadcast later, thanks again for checking it out. Please be sure to share it with your friends and let everyone know about the great tournament that was taking place out here in Hong Kong. I sincerely appreciate all the guys who were here. So let's take a look real quick. Predictions handing me something. Nova Pompeo is actually in #1 in the entire world right now. Excuse me? Oh, he's going to play with the champion right now? Awesome. So we've got an exhibition match that's going to be starting momentarily between the #1 player on ladder, Nova Pompeo, and our champion here in the convention center today, 24. We're going to try to get that up on screen for you guys to enjoy. What a treat. I didn't even know that this was going to be happening. So thanks for the heads up over there, Bobo. I appreciate that, man. We've got this tournament coming to you live on Twitch. Make sure to follow here and turn on notifications if you want to see more competitive Clash Royale. You're about to see more happening very shortly. And also follow us over on Twitter, Woody_CR and Nova eSports team. Maybe the mods can get a link for us there in the chat. But I know that chat is blowing up. I saw all the emotes that were streaming in right after that last game. What a finish. Congratulations to 24. That's a number that's going to be sticking in a lot of people's minds after today. I am quite certain of it. Naruto says, hopefully Pompeo uses the broken Mega Knight. Looks like we're going to commercial, or are we ending the stream? Okay, so we're going to go to commercial real quick. We'll be right back with this exhibition match between 24, your champion here at the Nova eSports Tournament 2017 in Hong Kong, and Pompeo, the #1 player in the world, also a Nova eSports rep, seeing how his new teammate fares in the arena. Howdy, howdy, everyone. We are back live here in the Hong Kong eSports Festival 2017. Quick announcement here. Actually, I believe it's actually going to be the Cantonese commentators right next to me, so I'll try to talk over them. We're going to have the finals now. The finalist 24 duking it out against Pompeo in an exhibition match. Now, all of you guys know Pompeo from his #1 finish on the ladder, from his qualification for the Crown Championship from the LATAM region, and now finally representing Nova as the reigning champion. He'll be duking it out against our friend from the arena floor now, 24. The #1 player in Southeast Asia right now, and now making a stand against one of the #1 players in the entire world. How will he hold up? Are we going to have a close series here? Is Pompeo going to edge ahead? Or has 24 figured out the new meta before anyone else has? And we'll be able to take a victory against one of our top players in the entire world. So I got to check it with Twitch chat because I know that you guys are going wild right now. Looking forward to this game. I just tweeted it out, so I hope you'll retweet if you want to get even more guys hanging out in here in chat. Excited about the game. Let me see what I've got so far. Ace says, I was casting this to my TV, and when it switched from a muted audio setting to the commentary, he went wild. Sorry about that if I startled you. Nightlight's in the chat as well. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Thank you very much for tuning in, man. Dang, it's pretty late out there in Canada, isn't it? Like 3 a.m. Just early afternoon here in Hong Kong, though. I'm looking forward to getting some dim sum later. But we have got Summit Dim best games coming at you in just a few moments. We got Pompeo CR once more, and 24 is his name, the champion of the Nova Clash Royale tournament out here in the Hong Kong Convention Center for the eSports Festival 2017 by Cyber Games Arena. Thanks so much again to Nova eSports team for hosting today and for bringing these two legends of Clash Royale together. An old legend, Pompeo, and a new contender, 24, just got that 30,000 Hong Kong dollar prize and an opportunity to join the Nova eSports team. It looks like first he's going to be going up against Kirito. Nova Pompeo up on top. We'll duke it out against the second place player, Kirito, before moving on to play our champion, 24. Kirito starts off with a pump. Nova Pompeo up on top of the mini P.E.K.K.A. in the back. Typically thought of as a defensive card, but it can perform pretty well whenever there's nothing to distract it. And look at that, the bats up on top were not enough to stop the mini P.E.K.K.A. One shot out of the right side tower is value down for Pompeo, getting over 600 damage, or just about 600 damage. Actually peeled off the right side. Nicely done there. Catches that he was just within range of the tower. Ice Golem a little early, but we'll get the job done nonetheless, keeping that attack off. Now Pompeo moving in with this balloon, trying to punish Kirito's lack of defensive air options, and it looks like that'll get the job done. Balloon hits the tower even with that defensive lightning going off. Right side tower for Kirito down to 866. Pompeo not too worried about this defensive mine. P.E.K.K.A. he sends in a miner now to try to keep this attack nice and clean off. Mini P.E.K.K.A. getting several chops off there. Actually doesn't even get hit a single time thanks to the death explosion from that Ice Golem. Very efficient trade for Pompeo. Might have been able to zap down those bats a little bit sooner, but I guess he was out of elixir. No hits, from the mini P.E.K.K.A. out the right side. Still down to triple digits, though. Kirito in a lot of trouble. Pumping up in the back left, trying to keep some semblance of an elixir advantage against Pompeo here, but great E-Wiz on defense. Should be just enough to take it out. I think, a mistake from Pompeo. Miner was intended to go for that pump, but instead connects onto the tower. Bad play there, but thankfully for Pompeo, he's already ahead quite a bit in damage. Tried to leverage that miner by sitting in the Mega Minion to get a few hot hits off. I see chat going wild right now. Thanks very much for the hard punish on that that misspoken responsibility. Look, Pompeo is playing the big old Mega Knight, new card in the arena, and so is Kirito. Maybe they were both deciding that they wanted to play this big old baddie. Mini P.E.K.K.A. for Pompeo, got to get a lot of value chopping against this Mega Knight, but unfortunately for him, he was actually taking splash damage from the Mega Knight at the same time there. So P.E.K.K.A.'s on both sides of the arena. Mega Knight not making much of a connection as he gets chopped down by P.E.K.K.A.'s left and right. So well done there to Nova Pompeo. He actually hasn't taken a single bit of damage anywhere in the entire arena while he's managed to make quite a nice connection against his opponent there. Did he save Zap for the bats? No, he didn't, and with that, the balloon goes down. Kirito out the right side has a pretty big push getting built up, but Pompeo getting very close to victory. Dashing Mega Knight gets the first connection for Kirito this whole game. Swinging away at the right side tower. Ewiz, Pekka, Bandit. Kirito's turned it around against Pompeo. He's on his last legs. Keeps the tower up, but it's going down now. Kirito with the lightning zap turns this thing around. An early balloon connection for Pompeo. Not enough to get the win there. Kirito, excellently played. Both running Mega Knight. Interesting call there, but the Pekka coming in for Kirito worked very much to his favor. Take a look at these decks real quick one more time. Mini Pekka for Nova Pompeo. Just about got the job done, but splitting his damage up. Pompeo didn't manage to get a tower down, couldn't put this thing into overtime. You know, this would have been a pretty good 2-1 game for Pompeo if he had made it there, but you got to get a tower down first. Kirito punished hard the mistake that Pompeo made out the left side, using that elixir advantage to build up a huge right side push that just couldn't be broken through. Bats getting the job done against the balloon there. Not very much damage and able to get taken out with either zap or arrows, but Pompeo always just a little bit too short on elixir to deliver the killing blow there. So nicely done to Kirito. He's now 1-0 up against Pompeo. What's up, Nightlight? Thanks for the wood what's, man. Surge asks, how are you doing? Surgical Goblin in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Champion from Gamescom. I'm doing great. How are you doing, Surge? Thank you very much for stopping by. We had some great competition earlier in the day between Kirito and 24, the finalists here at the Nova Clash Royale tournament in Hong Kong. Pompeo now stepping in to defend his title of champion in Nova. I believe, is he first place in the world right now on ladder? I think he was really high up there for a long time. He might still be up there. I checked earlier in the day, and that's where he was at. But I think we're about to have a second game coming in soon. Yeah, Nova Pompeo, the #1 player in the world right now on ladder with 5,967 trophies, just about at that 6K mark. Not quite there, but Kirito and Pompeo are going to be moving in once again for another game. Let's see how things shake out here. Good luck from Pompeo as Kirito on the bottom, stoic and cool as ever, not emoting back. Pompeo's got a lot of cheers from his fans now. Confetti flying all over the top of the arena. Nothing yet for Kirito, but he certainly has a good bit to prove to make sure that that wasn't a fluke in the last game. Pompeo was playing very well, but didn't manage to get the win. Poison out the right side to clip the tower and the elixir collector. Nice little bit of damage in there for Kirito. Surgical Goblin says, how am I doing? I'm doing amazing. Good to see you are able to travel to cast, man. Well-deserved, Woody. Thank you very much, Surgical Goblin. Always an honor to have you in the stream, dude. And I hope to see you again in Stage 4 of the European Clash Royale region. I know the CCGS is heating up, and we've got Stage 3 taking place right now. So it will be good to see some familiar faces coming back after your championship run from the spring season. Right side, Three Musketeers split. Gets a few chip shots off onto the right side tower, down to 1654, but the left side hit even harder. Pompeo pulling far ahead in just the first minute of gameplay here. Kirito managed to get a little bit of a connection out the right side, but tons of confetti on Pompeo's side is affirming his great performance so far in this second game of the series. Kirito up 1-0 right now. Pompeo's going to pump up in the back right, trying to save up that elixir to defend against a big golem push coming in from Kirito. We already know that he's got some light chippy troops like Bats, Baby Dragon, and Ewiz to defend, but also running Pekka, two of the biggest, heaviest ground-based troops in the game. And a cannon added on top. Interesting play here from Kirito. Not a very common troop, but it looks like it'll get some good value against the Bandit out there trying to finally take down this big old golem. Left side push is looking good, but it's not going to be able to take this tower all the way down. Dark Prince finally gets the job done by taking out the Golemites there. Looks like he's going to finish off the cannon cart and go in for a little bit of a counterattack. Kirito, you got to block this Dark Prince. You got to get it off. Oh, my God, just barely in time. Baby Dragon and Bats finish him off. And lots of pumping action going over on the right side. Pompeo, we could call him right now, with two elixir collectors stacked by the right side tower. Three muskies going down now to finish off that Baby Dragon. But that Golem has got something to say on this left side. One muskie gets the lock, but the defensive Pekka chopping through this right side like a hot knife through butter. Finish off those barbarians and go get those ladies down too. Pekka finishing them off. Ewiz on the left side for Kirito, trying to move in to support this Golem, but not able to get through this ice Golem in time. Baby Dragon flying high, can't get hit by the defensive troops. Bandit trying to get the dash in there, but Bats once again sealing the deal on defense. Pompeo with 12:27 out the left side. moving in hard. He's got a Battle Ram, Bandit, Muskie, and Bat combination moving in on the left side. P.E.K.K.A is able to shut down that Battle Ram push, but she's not looking too healthy. Musketeer chipping away at that left side push. Baby Dragon flying up top. Keeps him off, but the Dark Prince connects. Bat's a little bit too slow to stop him, and Kirito takes a big hit. Split up his push once again. Ice Golem out the right lane with 2 Muskies to follow. Battle Ram and a Musketeer on the left side with a Bandit on top. Kirito can't defend against this man. Too little too late. P.E.K.K.A can't get the chop off just fast enough, and the Battle Ram reaching the tower is a win for Pompeo, a 1-1 draw now in this game. Great job by Nova Pompeo tying this series up 1-1 against Kirito. I know that we're going to see a great game later when 24 steps into the arena, but can Pompeo even manage to beat the second place finisher at the Nova tournament? I guess he did pretty well that last time, but a 1-1 draw. It's anyone's game right now. And I'm sure that this tiebreaker will settle the score once and for all. Nova Pompeo up on top, playing remotely against Kirito, our second place finisher, finalist here in Hong Kong. Surgical Goblin says, how is the event so far? Well, we're actually wrapping up the event. The tournament completed, and 24 claimed first place. The 30,000, no, sorry, Kirito was second place. 24 was first place. Yeah, I said 24. 24 got first place. Sorry, I'm a little addled right now, brain addled. I'm traveling on jet lag, so it feels like 3 a.m. for me, even though it's only 3 p.m. here. 24 got the grand prize, 30,000 Hong Kong dollars, and an opportunity to join the Nova eSports team. Kirito in second place got 10K. And is playing against Nova Pompeo right now. Trying to catch that Miner. Can't quite get it done, though. Knight in the back will chop him down, but he will be able to finish off that Princess. Pretty good result for Kirito. Whoa! Rocket to finish off the Ewiz. Big hit out the right lane. Needs something else to block this Knight now. Goblins will get the job done. Tower chipping away at that Knight. And Nova Pompeo in the right lane. Gonna have to defend against the Bandit dashing in here. We have got a gang for Pompeo. Good play there. And they'll move in for the counterattack now. Spear Gobs lock onto the bats, but I think they might almost be out of tower range. Nope, the tower's going to be able to finish them off. One little lone bat crawling out the right side, swooping on in, but the tower finishes it off. A little bit of chip damage from the Miner, but not too much to have to worry about. Kirito behind now in damage, and not with a decisive elixir advantage by any means. Log will roll through the barrel. Good 2-for-3 counter there. But the Ewiz up the left side is a 4-for-3 drop for Kirito, playing on his weaker lane. Bandit dashes onto the Knight, going to get a little bit of connection there, going in for the counterattack afterwards. Will get the dash if Pompeo doesn't defend. He will, though. Gang splits up. And 2 chippy, kind of lighter decks being played by our players here. We saw Mega Knight and P.E.K.K.A getting a lot of value in the last game. Whoa, Ewiz comes in a little bit late, and the Goblins from the barrel get a little bit of stab off onto the right side tower, bringing it down to 18-29. Counterattack from Kirito looking pretty strong. About as strong as any push from this deck is going to look. Bandit, Bats, and an Ewiz. Can't keep the Ewiz alive, though, and it's going to force out another Goblin gang from Pompeo to keep the damage off the tower. One little Spear Goblin connects, gets 2 or 3 swings at the right side tower, bringing it down to the 1600 range. Pompeo on defense now. Not too worried about this Miner, but poison onto the Princess. Nice 3-for-4 drop, and Kirito has actually managed to pull ahead in damage overall. A little early on this barrel, no Miner to soak the damage, and with the log rolling through, it looks like Pompeo kind of just threw away some elixir there. This could be a great opportunity to poison if Kirito can get back to it in time. No, he's going to go for the Bandit option instead. Caught by the Miner, or caught by the Knight, rather. Barrel moving in the right side. Can't quite connect. Great defensive Ewiz and Goblin stab it down. And another quick attack coming in on the right side. Barrel rolls through all the Goblins. Can we get a dash onto the tower? No, Bandit a little bit too slow. Can't even make it to the Princess. Pompeo splitting up and playing both lanes. But both players so far have been focusing on the right side. A lone rocket. 6 elixir investment to get 493 damage off onto the right side. Can we get a punish from Kirito? Pompeo pulls ahead, and with that poison ticking away, it doesn't do as much damage as the rocket. Pompeo got the value. Town hit. Inferno Tower to burn up this Mega Knight. Can he finish it off before the Mega Knight gets the dash off? Yes, he can. Kirito's splitting up damage now. Sends in the Bandit out of the left lane. She takes it down to 1667, but this thing is getting really close to spell cycle range. 2 more logs and 1 rocket will be enough to finish that thing off. Pompeo playing defense. Not looking to see a game go deep into overtime here now. Attack out the left side. It's looking pretty strong for Kirito. Can he get this Mega Knight to finish off the Inferno Tower in time? No! Burns it down, and there is no zap in Kirito's deck to be able to help out this Mega Knight. Relying on the E-Wiz to stun and reset Inferno Tower. It's just not working out for him. Splitting more damage up. Kirito gets a great prediction log at the right side. Miners drilling away at this tower, getting it down to triple digits. Finally it goes down, but there's not enough big damage in Kirito's deck to finish this tower off. Rocket and a log get the finishing blow. The good game well played from both players. Victorious in this game over Kirito. The reverse sweep from our reigning champion, Nova Pompeo, #1 player in the world on the ladder, gets the job done. Well played to Kirito, a worthy adversary. 1-2 finish. Checking back in with Twitch chat real quick. Let me go say hi to everyone who's still hanging around. Surgical Goblin says he doesn't know of 24, and I did not know of 24 either before this tournament started. But one of the top players in Hong Kong and a champion in this tournament today managed to get the reverse sweep against Kirito, who was up 2-1 in the best-of-5 grand finals at the Nova tournament here in the Hong Kong Convention Center. The eSports Festival is continuing now as Pompeo will be going up against the champion from that match. 24 is in the arena now and will be playing against Pompeo momentarily. Sorry for the little bit of a shaky camera there. I think that we are having our guys move in and get ready to set up for this next game starting very soon. Please do not touch the camera. Please be careful back there. Production looking good. Nightlight's still hanging out looking for this exhibition match starting momentarily. Please bear with us. What? A commercial. Okay, so we're going to have a quick commercial break starting up soon. Please hang out as we're going to have this next game with Pompeo and 24, the champion from this Nova tournament, starting very soon. We got some more of these great Hong Kong commercials for you to enjoy in the meantime. Let's throw it to a quick break.